my queen. God.
Last night I dreamt of Canseco, just like he never left my side at all. I played with Jose Canseco. He showed me just how to handle the ball. I showed Jose how to vote. Tobacco breath was kind of bold. I took off my combs. He kept on his cleats. I missed coming round third base and sliding into his face. Hit the shower with Jose, my Spanish lullaby.
Another scumbag in South Florida. Well, we got so many scumbags, you know, in so little time. We got our 1,000 votes, by the way, boys. How do you like that?
I like it.
Aren't you impressed? 9:01 at 560 WQM. Happy Wednesday. It's our Wednesday noon to 1 hour coming up. The comedy bit hour, noon to 1. Aren't you thrilled with that?
Always.
I know I sure am. I'm making a pretty good recovery from my little TIA, my minor stroke, that nobody seems to understand too much about. I guess if you never had one, and probably you don't want to, believe me.
No thanks.
But don't have one. How's the Humper doing? We got any updates on him? I heard him yesterday afternoon, and he sounded like, what have I told you about him? Very concerned on this part over here about the Humper. He sounds bad. Then I tuned in a little later and I heard Josh, Clarence Darrow and the Beast talking about sounding bad. I heard them fill in and Hank had gone home sick. Can I just give you 2 words of advice?
Okay.
Even though this audience rebels and doesn't want to hear it because they can't stand the truth, 2 words of advice. Fat kills. Okay? In other words, to make a long story short, cut the crap. That's why we're going to talk about candy and sweets today. A little later on. Rogers Almond Brittle, that's the brand. I guess pretty hard for me to think of a name like that.
Oh, God.
Yeah, Rogers. Everything is Rogers. Rogers Cable, Rogers Candy.
Oh, God.
Rogers, but I'm assuming it's their real name. Former Major League slugger Jose Canseco was sent to jail yesterday for violating his probation for a 2001 nightclub brawl. Canseco, 38, could be held until a March 17 hearing, Judge Leonard Glick ruled. I wonder if he's kin to Larry Glick, do you think?
Who?
The judge issued an arrest warrant after being told Canseco failed to start anger control classes and community service and had left Florida for longer than 30 days, which were among the conditions of his probation, yada, yada, yada. I understand that I have to take responsibility, Canseco said. I ask for the mercy and understanding of the court. He had some issues. He had some crap to take care of in California with a banjo on his knee. Do we have to see Keith Olbermann anymore?
No.
Please, if ever. You talk about a guy that keeps resurfacing like a bad penny. I'm watching MSNBC yesterday afternoon. You want to know why?
I give up.
Somebody has to.
Oh, okay.
And I'm watching there, and it's when that fat Jerry Nachman, that fathead guy's usually on between 5 and 6, and I'm ready to turn the dial, and they got the guest on there, pop, 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 beep, 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 Iraq attack, Iraq, you know. And it goes back, and there's Keith Olbermann again, back to the scene of the crime again. Good God. This is a guy that used to be on CNN, ESPN, MSNBC first time, Fox News, Fox Sports, everywhere. And this guy is like, in his own mind, legendary. He really pontificates and he talks in a very deep voice and he has that serious look on his face. Like he really has something to say, which he doesn't. And you want to know why?
I give up.
The proof of the fact he's got nothing to say is he's a sports nerd, basically. Oh. That's his background. Anybody that was ever on ESPN, I mean, with all due respect to the Humper, I mean, you know, don't really have a lot to say on MSNBC. So he's back on there again now, filling in for a fathead. God. So like I said, we have no updates. We know Mad Dog will be back today at 1. We're glad he'll be back. And we think Hank will be back at 3. But I'm serious. Wasn't I the one to tell you?
Yes,
See, I'm not one of those people that's afraid to tell it like it is, because I'm afraid I'm going to hurt somebody's feelings. Because, you know, if somebody looks really bad or they're too fat, somebody's got to say something like, you know, put down the damn Krispy Kreme. Do something.
Or you could just watch him die.
Well, I don't want to do that. Now, see, one of Hank's problems, I think his biggest problem is he's a schmoozer, you know what I mean? He likes, you know, and I don't knock it, he likes going out to dinners with all his sports buddies, and they all come into town, or he goes on the road, and that's his thing. So that makes it extra hard. How the hell is somebody like that going to lose weight? But the last time that I saw him, which was early January, man, he had just ballooned to epic proportions. I mean, just enormous. Was that my imagination, or am I correct?
I didn't see him.
Oh, see, that's a cop-out again. Just another
What,
cop-out.
Hank's fat and he's going to die. That's not a cop-out.
Well, that's nice. That's very nice. Don't we want to do something to try to discourage
We would like
him?
to, but...
Just like Mama Cass. Put down the sandwich, sweetheart. Put down the freaking sandwich.
I've gone through it before, Gornish Telfin.
I understand. But having just gone through this little minor stroke, which is my last awakening, my last warning, that's it for me. That was my last chance. Next one, it's going to be finito, baby. I'm telling you that right now. Our poll yesterday, in fact, should we do the poll today first, speaking of, I just mentioned that it's going to be my last? Or should we take this? Huh? What did I just do?
You hit a button.
Yeah, but why was it still on there?
I
was going to I saw line 2 ringing, but Carlos is so quick today, he was like way ahead of me. Miami, buenos dias.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Neil?
Okay.
Listen, I know that you're talking about Hank the Humper.
Yeah.
You saw the movie Austin Powers Goldmember. This guy's looking so humongous. He's starting to look like the fat bastard. Just call him the fat humper from now on.
The fat humper, okay. See, this guy's making a joke out of it. It's no joking matter, mister. It's no joking matter. We're talking about bursting at the seams. We're talking about, he could barely talk when I heard him yesterday. When I was down there last time and he was on, I heard him barely squeaking his way through the show. You know what happens when you get fat?
You die?
First, before that happens, all your various systems start giving out.
Right. They have to cut your feet off.
Here's our poll question today, which fits right in. Who would be the happiest if Neil croaked? Here are your choices. We've got 6, I think, pretty good choices. Didn't put Carlos on there because I can't think of a reason yet. George, here's the choices. George thinks he'd get the show. Eric, no more long polls. Greg Reed, a real evildoer.
Yes.
Oh, he is, really. In fact, I definitely give him part of the credit for my stroke. I'd take most of the blame myself. Being fat, out of shape, sitting on my ass down there, being there for 7 weeks, which I should have known better. Mo Howard Davided would dance on Neil's grave. Dennis the Chronic, professional Catholic homophobe. Or Geldy, just out of spite. Don't you think that's a pretty good list?
That's an excellent list, but I think Mo would probably do more than just dance on your grave.
Yeah, what would we do? Like pee on it?
At
Maybe
least.
drop a log.
Yeah.
Maybe drop a steamy log on it.
Here you go, Ginger.
Rogers Almond Brittle. I'm going to tell you before you die. Now, you know what peanut brittle is, obviously.
Yeah.
Now, this is very similar, but it's almond brittle as opposed to peanut brittle, and it's surrounded by thick chocolate. Oh, good God. You have never lived until you... Now, see, here I am on one breath. I'm talking about on the verge of death, but on the other hand, I'm also turning people onto something really good, which they're not going to be able to find because I'm sure that Rogers candies are not sold in the U.S. of A. Maybe Nestle's turtle ice cream. Maybe that woman will call in again, the one that I bitched out, but I doubt it because she and her son are very pissed off with me. They hate me like poison. Too bad. Too bad. In fact, wasn't that a day I was talking about being tired of all these people like that bitch that used to bring me the Smarties at the hockey games all the time, that lady from Toronto? I hope I run into her out on the street, although I wouldn't recognize her. Maybe she'll recognize me. Oh, Neil, I'm the one who used to bring in the Smarties at the game. I'll kick her ass right on the goddamn ground, right in the goddamn snowbank.
You hope you run into her with your car?
I don't have a car.
No,
hey, don't blame me. Don't blame me for subsidizing terrorism. I'm not driving an SUV like George and some other people.
Right, and since
I'm not driving anything except my feet.
Since
I have no vehicle here. I don't need one. I don't want one. I don't want to drive. It's another thing I don't miss is driving, especially after the experience 7 weeks down there driving with crazy people. I'm telling you, man, most of you people on the roads who are listening to me right now, please do everybody else and yourself a big favor. Pull over to the side of the road, okay? Just take the keys and drop them in a storm sewer or something. Put them in a dumpster and walk home or take a cab or do something. Get off the freaking road. God almighty. What passes in the name, and I don't care what anybody says. Yeah, there are people that go way too fast, and some of the punks, they want to go like 90 and a 60 or whatever. But the fact of the matter is the slow drivers are the ones who wind up killing all of us sooner or later. The slow. I told you about that little mini caravan of about a half a dozen cars who were following each other, Olientes in the Pompano Park that one night.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to have apoplexy right on the spot. In fact, maybe they caused my stroke. You bastards caused my stroke, you assholes, you old farts.
Oi!
Man. I looked at the cars, they're just like all lost, and they're like looking at each other out the window. I thought, this is the ultimate Jew jam right here. What the hell was that all about? Here was our poll from yesterday. What was the most erotic movie not X-rated that you ever seen? 2-horse race, strictly. Body Heat, 135. Would you agree with that?
With body heat, yeah.
Well, see, I haven't got to the other one yet. Why do you want to be such a prick? You know, why do you want to be so argumentative?
I can't wait to be a prick.
9.5 weeks, 126, and that's the one you're not buying. And it's interesting because when I mentioned to you the day before, on Monday, that I was thinking about doing this follow-up movie poll yesterday, you said 9.5 weeks to get a ton of votes.
Right.
And so it gets a ton of votes, and then you turn around and say, well, that's only because they want to be contrary.
No, not because they want to be contrary. They're just not as repulsed by Mickey Rourke as the rest of humanity.
Well, he's nauseating, but again, they don't care about who the guy is in the movie. I tried to explain that to you. We have this large male heterosexual audience, and they don't care whether it's Ron Jeremy, Mickey Rourke, Mickey Rooney, or Mickey Mouse. I'm just telling you the way it is. In fact, it probably could be Mickey Mouse.
Eisner?
And they wouldn't give a crap. Anyway, so 9.5 weeks had 126, and that was it, because from there it's way down to Wild Things with 50, and we've all seen a few Wild Things in our time, I would hope. Basic Instinct 49, Blue Lagoon 46. I'm not going to read all of these. There were 1,000 votes and so many in single digits. Wild Orchid 36, Monsters Balls 35, Fatal Attraction 34. See, there's another example. They didn't care that Michael Douglas was the guy in there, who's about as sexy as a fruit fly, but fancies himself a real sex pot. Those are the guys that really get me.
Mm-hmm.
Like Ron Jeremy and Randy West, there are two more of them. You know, maybe Randy West 100 years ago in another lifetime on another planet. By the way, good Smallville last night. Oh! Good to see that Mama Kent and Clark are okay. Mama La Kent. Boogie Nights had 28, speaking of that. I guess it must have been the package that sealed the deal. Unfaithful 27, The Postman Always Rings Twice 24, Mulholland Drive 24, which we're still trying to figure that out. Very spooky. Cruel Intentions 21, Two Moon Junction 20, Lolita had 20, Bound 20, which I guess Muff was, and you were talking about Bound. Didn't he say something about how he likes being gagged and bound? Summer of 42, 18. In fact, Muff would look good at the red rubber ball, like the Hannibal Lecter mask on with the red rubber ball. Summer of 42, 18, Body Double 17, Showgirl 16, Angel Heart 14, 1 Million Years BC 13, Sirens, Chocolat, Sex Lies Videotape, Summer Lovers each had 12, and 10. The other one's in double digits, Sailor Who Fell from Grace with a C, and Color of Night. That's it. The other one's single digits, Small Potatoes, like George. That's the end of our movie stuff for the time being, okay? Now, I'm sure other people will call in and try to bug us with stuff, and you know what? We really don't care. Because obviously what QM is degenerated into as far as the callers are concerned is lists. Didn't I mention this several weeks ago?
Yep.
That's what they want to talk about, lists of stuff. Oh yeah, well how about, yesterday they were still doing a poll from a Monday. Well, how about most bizarre? Let me just ask you one thing.
All right.
Paper or plastic? 913 at 560. While you think about that, you know, our good friends at Dial Mattress, by now we talk about it all the time. Well, Dial Mattress is the only smart place to go for the best prices on brand name mattresses with the top ranked customer service in the industry. Well, this week, the deals are even better because the big blizzard hit the Northeast and all the President's Day sales were snowed out. Because of the storm, Dial Mattress has redirected major shipments of Sealy, Certis, and King Crow mattresses to Florida. And through this Sunday, you can get even bigger savings than usual. Call 1-800-MATTRES now through Sunday during Dial Mattress President's Day Blizzard Sale and get an additional 10% off their already unbelievable low everyday rock bottom prices. Dial Mattress doesn't usually have sales, but due to the major blizzard, they're having one now. If you've been putting off buying that new mattress, don't wait another minute. Call 1-800-MATTRESS now, and when you buy a mattress from Dial Mattress, they'll come to your house. It says in here, they'll come in your house, set it up, and take away the old bedding for free. You heard me right. Dial Mattress sets up the new and takes away the old bedding for free, and they'll clean up the mess as well. Make the call now, 1-800-MATTRESS for Dial Mattress. Enjoy a great night's sleep for a long time. Dial Mattress's humongous blizzard sale going on right now. Be sure and call before this Sunday to take advantage of these unbelievable prices. 1-800-MATTRES. That's 1-800-MATTRESS for Dial Mattress. The easiest possible way, the smartest way to buy you a mattress.
We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Do you have a heart or a liver?
Ladies and gentlemen, the Baghdad Karaoke Cafe presents Saddam Hussein. Thank you. I've got the UN by the scrotum, never really showed 'em. All my poison and my warheads. Now they're cooked. Never looked under my beds. Oh! Thank you. I got the factory making anthrax nukes in kitties' backpacks. There's no way you'll make me dead. Hey, Colin Powell, should've looked under the towel on my head. Come on, people, sing along with me because this is unbelievable, huh? I've got the United States going crazy, trying to convince people to attack me, except for Sean Penn, of course, who's on my side. He loves me like crazy. Funny little kook. Oh, get used to a life of hard knocks when I give you the smallpox. You should have looked a little harder. Silly Bush, kiss the tush of this murderer. Thank you very much.
Rectum.
Please tip your waiters and waitresses. Good night.
919 at 560 WQM. I love that. 14 quick votes. The poll is up there now. Now, let me just say this before we start. I left 2 out.
Oh, no.
At least 2. No, we'll have to add these on. Eric, Fox News Heather, and John Gibson of Fox News. Don't you think those 2 are appropriate?
Sure.
I think they get a vote or 2 or 3. Pitcher's death linked to ephedra. Now, didn't we tell the audience this yesterday? No, we did not. I chastised the Momeister for jumping the gun, and I still say the same thing. Until after the autopsy, what's the big rush to judgment? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mr. Non-committal? Well, what do you know about it? You don't know anything about sports anyway. Baltimore Orioles pitcher Steve Beckler's death is due at least partly to the dietary supplement ephedra. He was popping 3 of them a day. And even though it was only 81 degrees, he was on an empty stomach. He had the heat stroke. His organs started falling apart one by one. They couldn't save him. 23 years old, he's dead. Second baseball player to die suddenly in the past year. Last season, Cardinals pitcher Darryl Kyle, 33, died in his sleep while in Chicago for a game against the Cubs. An autopsy revealed he had severe arterial blockage. You know what you get? I mean, not necessarily. Sometimes it can be genetic, but you know generally what you get severe arterial blockage from?
Fat? Eat food?
Food. Eating crap. Eating crap. Now let's talk about candy. Man, you're a bastard, Neil. Yes, I am. I want to live up to my billing, okay? I don't want to let anybody down. How's that poll coming so far, by the way? Boy, what I was going to say is I thought, now especially since we got Ding Dong School there in the morning, we got Duff and Clarence holding the morning guy's hand every morning.
Oh, God.
And you don't listen, but I will say this. I think that show's starting to sound a little bit better lately. They've actually got something going on. They've got something. And, of course, again, it's a list, and they get a lot of calls that way, just like we do with the movies. But that's okay. And it's starting to sound like almost a real radio show, I would say. Now, maybe I'm wrong, and maybe the audience obviously doesn't agree, because not that it changes anything on a personal level, because that's never going to change. I mean, we're still dealing with a devious, hostile, nasty, miserable old coot. But the fact of the matter is, as far as the show sounds, you see what I'm saying?
Well, I'll take your word for it.
Well, no, what does Carlos think?
Now that he listens every morning.
You're right. Now that they started doing the lists and asking that kind of question, it's gotten better.
Did you say great?
No, I didn't say great.
Take off those checkered pants.
Yeah, cut it out, will you? So it is sounding better. No, it's not my imagination. There's like a little flow to it now that they got somebody in there to hold their hand to give them some direction. I'd like to give them a direction, like right out the door. But anyway, 27 votes on the poll. Who'd be the happiest if Neil croaked? Mo Howard David would dance on Neil's grave 18 out of 27. That's not nice, Mo.
I got 22 on mine.
Oh, yours changed again? How come you're getting a faster number? Mine is supposed to be the faster pewter, okay, mister? So I just refreshed mine just to make damn sure I'm not... And now it's just sitting there. Oh, I got 26 on mine now. Out of 42. Mo Howard David at 26, 61.9%. Dennis, the chronic professional Catholic homophobe, 6. George thinks he'd get the show, 5. Greg Reed, a real evildoer, and that's correct, 3. Eric, no more long polls, 1. And Geldy just out of spite, only 1. Don't sell Geldy short, okay? He's devious and dangerous. Devious, dangerous, and squeaky. So somebody faxes us, speaking of... Because I know that this audience, of all the things in the world, that besides hockey, the only other thing that they don't want to hear about especially is dieting and losing weight.
Right.
But this crowd don't want to hear that.
Don't preach to me.
Right, that's right. Who the hell are you to be talking about being fat? You cow, you just had another stroke, you're a fat slob, you're talking about food all the time? Well, the audience likes hearing about food. They love that. You wait and see today. You mark my words, okay? Mark my turds. Guaranteed. Before I do the thing about Rogers chocolates, it's Canadian, eh? So that's the good news. I'm not going to start any epidemic. Nobody can blame me. Unless we have some people listening on the internet up here in Canada somewhere.
Well, we have other Canadians in town right now, you know.
Yeah, so they're not going to be able to get it there.
No, but when they get home.
Although they do sell Smarties in South Florida, so I don't know, maybe Rogers chocolates are available. I still say Now, it's not a poll question, but I'm just curious what people think. For example, I was thinking yesterday, if you were stranded on a desert island and you had only one food that you had an unlimited supply of, you see what I'm saying?
Right.
What would you want it to be? Some people would say like Krispy Kreme. Now nobody's going to say like sirloin steak. I mean, you know, that's and
well,
we're not talking about we're not talking about body parts either.
Die if
you're
just donuts or chocolate.
What?
You'll die if you're just eating donuts and chocolate.
But that's not the point. This is just for fun, okay?
Oh,
now,
just for fun.
You're talking about me?
Chocolate.
You're talking about me preaching to people? This is just for fun. Are you going to be stranded on a desert island anytime soon?
Maybe.
Oh, that's right. I forgot where you guys are. I forgot. Once that state falls off from Georgia,
that's right,
and like kind of floats out there in the middle of the Atlantic. In fact, maybe you can have a Florida and Cuba reunion, kind of like the Moe and Ginger reunion. Since 1885, people from all corners of the world have found their way to Rogers Chocolates of Victoria, BC, eh? Each has discovered their own reasons, their own private excuses to bring Rogers Chocolates home with them. We invite you to use our online catalog. Oh, no. Oh, no, www.rogerschocolates.com. Pretty simple and basic, rogerschocolates.com. During the break, I'm going to go on that thing and see if that almond brittle is on there. I'm serious. You know me with the food. When I tell you something like the Nestle's turtle, I wasn't joking about that. That was serious business. And these almond brittle, I can't even describe to you how good they are. Addictive is an understatement. So go on to rogerschocolates.com and check out their website. Maybe order you a few cases, and we'll come to your funeral. We'll send you flowers. Here's Big Arnie. Big writes me a fax on the subject of fat. How do you like that? And let me say it again. I'm very concerned about the humper. I'm not trying to pick on him like some of the callers are, but it's serious business now. It's reached the point of no return, I think. You follow what I'm saying?
Oh, I know, but...
In other words, this is the moment of truth. And we're all of us fat people, I'm not pointing the finger, we're all the same. Oh, I lost a couple ounces of fat, Rich, same thing, you know. Always talking about how much we lost, but in the meantime, a couple of weeks later you look at us and it looks like somebody stuck a bicycle pump up our ass.
Mm-hmm.
Like a big balloon in our pupik, you know? You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Wayne Arnold up and down all the time.
Wayne Arnold, the human accordion.
Right.
Great guy. I mean, just because you're fat doesn't mean you're a nice person. In fact, most of the fat people I know are very nice people.
That's one of the things I don't understand is how can you lose all the weight and then just go ahead and put it right back on?
Because it's an illness. It's like saying, how could you stop drinking booze for a week and then all of a sudden when somebody sticks it in front of you, you're drinking again. It's an illness. And if only this goddamn world would look upon it that way instead of, pointing fingers at, oh, you fat slob. Well, got a problem, man. We got a food problem. We have a goddamn fat problem. Don't you understand it?
Let's make it illegal to be fat.
Right.
And round up all the fatties.
I see people, for example, in the convenience stores here buying cigarettes.
Yeah.
Do you know how much it costs for a pack of cigarettes here?
I have no idea.
With all the taxes and GST?
Right.
Close to $10. Now, don't you think that's a great idea to help discourage people from smoking faggots? Carlos?
I'd have to quit today.
Yeah, there you go. You couldn't buy half a pack.
You couldn't buy a cigarette.
$10 a pack. Because they're asking for these fancy... They got more brands of cigarettes here than I've ever seen in my life. And candy. That's the two... Well, the one thing, candy.
There you go.
Hockey and candy. That's Canada, eh? We got candy up the ass. 927 at 560 WQAM. Hey, guys, speaking of that, size does matter. And according to the Florida Department of Labor, computer professionals have some of the biggest ones in the history of mankind. And naturally, we're talking about their paychecks. According to the state of Florida, computer careers are among the highest paid and highest demand, and the demand is continuing to grow by the minute. Fast Train can help you get your new high-paying computer career in just 4 short months, but you got to make the call. You've heard us talking about them for a coon's age now, so get with it. They've got locations in Kendall, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and Pembroke Pines, and they've got day, evening, and weekend schedules, so there's no excuse to stay in a really crappy dead-end job anymore working for peanuts. Pick up that phone and call Fast Train at 1-866-FAST-TRAIN. That's 866-FAST-TRAIN. That's peanuts as in, like peanut brittle. Fast Train's got full-time job placement and guaranteed financing, too. Call them toll-free or check them out on the web at fasttrain.com. You can have a big fat paycheck, too. 1-866-FAST-TRAIN.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Honey, Junior.
They just increased us to high alert status. Hope no one blows up my brand new Dodge Stratus. I've been a wreck since they gave us the news. Popping Valium with a big glass of booze. I keep a gas mask in my glove compartment. I called Remax for a bomb-proof apartment. Reinforced my front door with cinder blocks. Wonder if that will keep out the smallpox. Checking my mail for that deadly white powder. Stocking my cupboards with Campbell's clam chowder. Living on orange alert sure ain't no fun. I think the terrorists already won. I can't take it, I won't make it. If it goes to red, I'll pull the covers up over my head and just stay in bed instead.
9:31 at 560 WQAM. I made a bad mistake during the break.
Oh, no.
I did what I said I was going to do. Well, that doesn't mean I'm going to buy any. If I want to buy it, I sure don't have to go online to buy it. I can go right out to any store in the convenience store. I'll tell you, even the shoe stores here sell candy. Everybody and their brother sells candy.
That's
handy.
handy.
Go to the hot dog stand, they got candy behind them there. Anyway, so I'm on a Rogers chocolate. Did you look at it?
No. I don't need to go there.
And the first thing that Rogers Classics. And let me caution you by saying this, because I don't want people to waste their money and then say, oh, that was really crap. I've tasted some of the other stuff they make, too, and it's really very pedestrian and pretty crappy, okay?
Okay.
And you know that's true in a lot of places, like if you go into a restaurant. Sometimes there's a restaurant where they got one or two things that are great, and the rest of what's on the menu blows. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I do.
Well, here, for example, they got Victoria creams and this and that. But at the bottom of this list, 6 down, it says 2-pound chocolate almond brittle.
Oh, my God.
24 pieces.
2 pounds.
2 pounds.
Oh.
And I guarantee you that I could easily eat the 2 pounds right here during the show while you didn't even know I was eating it.
Race
guaranteed.
You.
Huh?
I'd race you.
You never even had it yet.
No, but I love chocolate of any kind.
When I come home
almonds.
next time, I'm going to bring a few of these things. I will. At least maybe there'll be just some empty wrappers in my bag, but at least I'll have the intention of bringing them home.
You bring the chocolate, I'll bring the stretcher.
97 votes on the poll. Who would be the happiest if Neil croaked? Mo Howard David would dance on Neil's grave, 62. Dennis the Chronic, professional Catholic and homophobe, 13. Tied with George, thinks he'd get the show, 13. Greg Reed, a real evildoer, 6. An evildoer.
Absolutely correct, sir.
Eric, no more long pulls, 1. Geldy, just out of spite, 1. And Fox News Heather, 1. What happened to Fox News John Gibson? Huh? Who wrote that whole piece and did a big song and dance about I'm this and I'm that, blah, 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 and all this other crap. What about him?
I don't know. What about
Speaking of people that keep bouncing from one network to another one. John Gibson, who ought to kiss OJ on the ass, by the way, that he's out of his little local reporter's job on the West Coast. So here's the facts from Big Arnie, who says, you're inspiring me not to be Big Arnie anymore. You're right. It's too dangerous. I have no health problems right now, but need to drop weight before I do. My wife has lost 43% of her body weight, while I've dropped maybe 10% in a year and a half. I've used the excuse of eating because of stress. I guess it's more stressful to die from the fat. Good point, Arnie. I'm going to lose the weight, so I won't be Big Arnie anymore. This is for you. You don't even have to read this over there if you don't want to, but I did. I did it just to try to inspire you, Arnie, so you live up to we don't put a lot of pressure on you, but you better do it. Or else. Okay? Has he got it?
No.
I love the story about the woman chased by the fake aliens suing the TV reality show. We'll get to that. We better take a couple of calls here because they're going to get really upset, and then they'll run away. What the hell was that in the beginning there where we had a whole bunch of calls all lined up, Carlos, and then they all ran away? Probably people want to take shots at Hank.
Oh, there's still some on there.
Here's Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hey, Neil, love your show, man. How about the White Lauderdale for your poll? And corn dogs on the island.
Dwight Lauderdale would like me to croak?
I don't know.
Corn dogs?
Yeah, for if you're on an island, corn dogs.
Yeah. Why do you like corn dogs? They're kind of pedestrian, huh? Huh? You love corn dogs?
They're the best.
Okay, well listen, watch out for the old corn hole. There's a guy that loves corn dogs. They are nasty. You ever have one?
Like you said, pedestrian. Sure,
they're,
if you're
they're
like
they're caca on a stick.
Or something like that. Or,
ooh,
yeah.
Man.
I
could understand if he would have just said like plain wieners, something I can relate to, but corn dogs? 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. The best, I wrote down candy or sweet, but just best food, like junk food that you want to have if you only had an unlimited supply of one kind of food on a desert island somewhere. And we're not talking about human body parts. Speaking of Dwight Lauderdale.
Rectum.
Not talking about that, Dwight, okay? Look at this poll. Mo Howard David would dance on my grave. I'm feeling the pressure already. 112 votes, and he's got 70 of them would dance on my grave if I croaked. I wonder what his reaction was when he heard that I had this stroke. Probably the same as everybody else in town, I noticed. Did you see anything in the newspaper about it?
No.
You see Tom Jicker writing about that? No, he's too busy writing about network TV shows again. Tom, you're an idiot, okay? At least you're consistent. You haven't written about anything local in about 400 years now. Anything, forget about just me, anything about anybody on the local scene, but I'm supposed to be out of touch. Mo Howard David at 70, Dennis the Chronic, 16, George thinks he'd get the show at 14. Maybe you and Mo could do like a tap dance together. On my grave. That would be cute. Greg Reed, a real evildoer, 8. Fox News Heather, 2. Eric, 1. And Geldy, 1. We still don't see John Gibson on there. Well, maybe Eric doesn't want to put John Gibson on there for whatever reason, huh? Maybe Eric likes John Gibson. Here's Miami. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Neil.
Yes.
You forgot Reverend Jones.
No, but Reverend Jones loves the show. Reverend Jones is just a chronic caller. You kidding me? You kidding me? Reverend Jones would be he'd be in mourning for months. What the hell would he do?
He wouldn't have nobody to call.
Him.
Yeah, no, this is not him.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
It is not.
You're gay.
That's not him. It's not even close to being him. George, what are you on? What kind of drugs are you doing?
It's not me, and I was just getting ready to give George a compliment too. Anyway.
This guy sounds about as much like Reverend Jones as I sound like Gildy.
Nobody else
what are you talking about?
Says his name except for him.
It's not him. Go ahead.
It's not him. It's not me. But you're gay. No, I'm just kidding. All right, Neil. Love the show.
Thanks.
Oh, bye.
That was not him.
Him or one of his stooges. No one else mentions his name.
He doesn't have any. What is? I'm gonna jump out the window. I really am, and I'm way up high in the sky. I don't know what you're talking about. He doesn't. Number one, doesn't have any stooges. Why are you? What are you talking
he puts
about?
On voices. Nobody else mentions his name except him.
That is not true.
Okay.
Absolutely. When we took the poll on the chronic callers, Reverend Jones had a lot of votes.
Sure.
They know Reverend Jones.
Right. But
that
no one
was
else
not him. Carlos, was that him?
Sounded like him to me after you played the "you're gay" thing, but I'm not sure. I don't know his voice good enough.
Well, he's not.
I will bet both of your lives on it that it was not him. Okay, that's how confident I am.
Okay,
that it was not him. What is, man? This George, talk about an uptight. No wonder they hate you, man. Just loosen up a little bit. Look at what happened to me. Lighten up a little bit.
I'm light.
I watched. Yeah, we know that. I watched Smallville last night. I go to bed about 10 after 10. I'm lying there. I'm on the verge of falling asleep. The phone rings. I go running to the room. I don't have a phone in my bedroom. I go running to the other room, grab the phone, and there's the depressing Norma Kent. Norm, don't call me anymore unless you got something meaningful to tell me, okay? If you can't get your money from Greg yet, it's par for the course. I don't really, what can I do for you? And he's a big shot. He's, the Panthers are doing this for center one, and the Marlins are going to do that. And beep, 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 10 minutes I'm sitting there on the phone, not saying a word,
Mm-hmm.
He starts out, what's this about? You had a stroke? As if, very concerned. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he's not concerned, but he should be concerned enough to let me go to sleep. I get up at 6 o'clock in the goddamn morning, Norm. Let me sleep all right. Don't be calling people 10 o'clock at night unless it's an emergency, like maybe exciting news, like Greg actually paid you what he owes you. And by the way, Greg, you're still a liar. Oh, yeah, they have the lawyer call him up and say, don't sue us for the money. Isn't there something that you have to keep suing these people to get money that they owe you, that they admit? It's not like the money is in dispute. In other words, they admit they owe you the money, and then you'll have the check on Monday for sure. That's meaning this past Monday. Did he have the check?
No.
No, he didn't have the check. But what am I going to do about that? See, do I need that stress? Do I need the stress?
No.
It would be like you calling me at 1 in the morning and saying, by the way, you're still suffering from the effects of the stroke, and by the way, my wife just threw me out on the street, as if that would be a big surprise. What am I going to do about it?
Nothing.
No, not a goddamn thing. I wouldn't blame her for throwing your ass out on the street in the first place, especially with your attitude today that you're so hostile toward these people, man.
Not hostile.
Hostile. No wonder I have to beg for calls. You chase them all away.
It was him.
By the way, speaking about hostile, Miguel called
him.
And said that...
Wait a minute. Who called?
Miguel.
Yeah.
Miguel called and said that, yes, it was him.
Screaming. It was not him. He sounded about as much like Reverend Jones as Miguel does. And tell Miguel to butt out, okay? When we start talking about Castro again, then Miguel can call in, okay? Professional spick. Professional greaseball. We're not interested in your opinion, okay? Miguel, butt out. You silly goose. Phony baloney. Oh yeah, I love the bedtime stories. Yeah, right. You're such an ass sucker. Well, next time I come back here, I'm gonna sick Doreen on him. We're gonna tie Miguel up, stick him in a corner there, and let Doreen have her way with him. Think that'll straighten his ass out? Yeah, we're gonna toss him on his new bed from Dollar Mattress, on that big new mattress. We're just gonna lock him down in the middle of it. And let her surround him with her outpouring of love. 20 till 10 at 560 WQM. You know, for years I've been telling you about the health benefits of Oleomed. God, I wish I had some. And I'll keep telling you because the stuff really works for those who are taking it. Of course, you have to take it, or it doesn't do much. Oleomed soft gels contain pharmaceutical-grade olive oil, not ordinary olive oil, but super concentrated, loaded with health benefits. Even the old geeks and Greeks and Romans knew that. Oleomed every day can help reduce the risk of heart disease and high cholesterol, Arnie. Plus, there are 14 different Oleomed formulas to choose from, each one combining pharmaceutical-grade olive oil with vitamins, minerals, and herbals to support specific needs, from bones to blood pressure to the immune system. Just choose the formulas that are right for you. Now there are 3 new Oleomed formulas, one to help you sleep at night, especially when the phone don't ring at 10:30, weight management, and CoQ10 for your heart. You'll find Oleomed at Publix, Eckerd's, Walgreens, Whole Food Markets, Navarro, and Sedano's. You can order it online if you like at oleomedamerica.com. For information, call 1-866-OLEOMED. That's 1-866-653-6633. Get your Oleomed today and start feeling healthier almost immediately, if not sooner.
Live and local. We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
This is Ward, not his pedophile.
Hey, there's a little woman. Homo.
All right, guys, knock it off. Hey.
Hey, you big fat fruitcake.
Guys, that's not nice at all. Now,
What's the matter? You gonna cry?
I'm gonna call your parents is what I'm gonna do. Let's face it, being a house husband is hard enough without having to worry about the laundry. And thanks to new Simply Clean with bleach, I don't have to worry. Simply Clean gets out all the tough stains like grass stains, coffee, piss, that discharge, dried on like on this t-shirt. So when my wife gets home, my laundry will score an A+.
Honey, I'm home.
Well, there he is now. New Simply Clean with bleach gets out the dirt.
9:45 at 560 WQM. 151 votes on a poll. Who would be the happiest if Neil croaked? Mole Howard David would dance on Neil's grave. 88. Dennis the Chronic, professional Catholic and homophobe, 22. Not even a contest, is it, yet?
No.
George thinks he'd get the show, 21. That's where the battle is between you and your friend Dennis.
My buddy.
Greg Reed, a real evildoer, 12. Fox News Heather, 5. Geldy, just out of spite, 2. Eric, no more long polls, 1. And John Gibson of Fox News, it probably should say on there, but I don't want to get picky because then Eric will get more votes. John Gibson, none. Now here's an excellent, did you read this whole thing that you sent me, this,
Yeah.
fax from West Palm?
Mm-hmm.
Outstanding. I mean, it's a little sick.
Yeah.
And that's the way we like it on this show. In regard to today's poll, I'd hate to think anyone would be glad to see you keel over. Here's my alternative to the poll. What do you think? I think it's a great thing. Which WQM personality will be the first to croak? Neil, Hank, Mo, Geldy, Mad Dog, Josie, The Beast, Eddie K, Mark, Joe, The Big, Joe Rose, George, etc. I think he's covered them all, hasn't he?
Pretty
thorough. The only one left off was Kimba Bocamper. It said list them all, that way you're showing no favoritism or bias. Then he goes on to say, unfortunately, my vote would be for the Hammer, although he'd only be even money in Vegas. I've yet to see Mo, but he sounds like an old cocker who may give Hank a run for his money. Don't get me wrong, I don't want to see anyone go, but this would be an interesting poll. I think he's got a point, don't you?
I think it's an idea.
Well, you want to eliminate today's poll and put this on there instead?
No, we can save this for tomorrow or something. What's the rush?
It's the QAM death poll week, is what it is. That's bad.
Laughing at death. What else are you going to do about it?
Not too much, I guess. Here's a call from Jupiter. Hello.
Hey, Neil, what's up, bro?
How you doing, sir?
About Hank, you hit it right on the head just passing his schmoozing. You got to have a balance, and he's out there, and it's like, I hate to say it, but so far gone. And
yeah.
I mean, you can't, his whole thing is eating and partying and meeting people, and
right.
But without that balance, and your description made me think of Monty Python, Whopper Thin Mint.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that part?
Mr. Creosote.
Yeah, Mr. Creosote. Yeah.
It's sad because I like, the Hammer. I mean,
yeah, we all do. I mean, most of us do. There's some people hate him, but there are a lot of people who hate me too. But the point of it's just tragic. You see it happening, and there's nothing you can say or do. I mean, I keep trying to take these shots on here, hoping, because I know he listens, hoping that I can convince him just to, put whatever he's eating down.
But Neil, like an alcoholic, and as far gone as he is, and I hate to say it, I mean, what's he going to do? Get a stomach staple or something? I mean, really, it's drastic measures at this point for the guy,
Yeah,
so we'll have to wish him luck and no more Whopper Thin Mint.
No more crap. Okay, thanks.
Yeah,
See, there's a guy who at least wishes everybody well.
Right.
He's not sitting out there rubbing his hands in glee, hoping one of us is going to croak because we're obsessed with fat. But it is true. I think if Hank would change the balance, like a few more strip clubs and strippers, and a few less dinners at all these restaurants. See what I'm saying?
More keto strips, less strippers.
Right. Exactly.
Isn't he diabetic?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fat Rich, is he diabetic?
Is he?
Yes.
I see.
Am I diabetic?
Yeah.
Yes. My blood sugar, by the way, this morning was 101.
That's good.
Well, it's good only because I'm damn sure I'm making it good. I mean, if it wasn't good this week after having that stroke a week ago Sunday, if it wasn't good now, I might as well just jump out the window. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What would be the point? Although there are other people, and you see they get the messages, and they have all their they're taking out their organs one at a time. It's like the smokers. You've heard about the smokers. They put them in a hospital, they make them put a tube in their lungs so they can smoke through the tube.
Right, they smoke
because
through
they're
their
so
neck.
addicted to the nicotine.
A hole in their neck they're smoking through.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They're smoking through a frickin' hole in their neck. Jesus.
Rectum.
No, in their neck.
Yeah.
5670560, pound 560 on it. So we got corn dogs so far in the other little, huh? Well, wouldn't you think the audience could come up with something a little bit more tempting than corn dogs?
Those corn dogs sure are special.
Go, man. Go, corn doggy, go. Here's Pompano. Hello.
That corn dog is nasty. What is he had a lack of corn dog all
He
his
must
life?
spend too much time at the county fair or something, you know. And if you're going to be at the county fair, at least get the cotton
funnel
candy.
cake.
Cotton candy.
How about some form of candy? Anything other than a corn dog?
Yeah, but you got to give me something specific.
You know, that's kind of a. I mean, just.
I thought he was going to say a Schmidt-Cat bar.
Even that'll work.
Yeah.
But you know, it's funny you mentioned Norm Penn. I co-produce his show.
You co-produce his show?
Yeah, I fill in. Actually, this week I'm filling in for somebody who's taking a day off, the week off actually, whose name I won't mention.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But it was funny you mentioned that about Norm, because anywho, corn dog, that's the worst.
Okay.
Oh, wow. And what time can I hear that?
If you co-produce this show, pass the message. Don't call me any more late at night, okay? I just got through having a stroke. I'm trying to get some rest. People are cooperating. Muff got the message. He sent me a little thing on the internet. I went on my email. I took a look at it. It was great. And that's it. And he didn't bother calling me again yesterday. And don't do it anymore, Muff, till I let you know. Till I give you the high sign. God. You're like somebody calling you 3 in the morning when you remember those puking, horrible, sick, flu episodes you've had.
Right.
Coming in and going home with that, and somebody calling you 3 in the morning saying, "Oh, are you sick?" Right? You know what I'm talking about.
I do, of course.
Leave people alone. When people are not feeling their best, leave them alone. Let their body have a chance to heal up.
Wanted to call
Jesus
and see how you were doing.
Christ. What?
Wanted to call and see how you were doing.
I don't want them to know how I'm doing. I mean, they can listen to the show and hear I'm doing just fine. It's going to be sunny and 38 today, 36, whatever. Whatever little snow we got is going to be melting. Everything here is wonderful. Leafs won last night, came from behind. 4-3 over Carolina over the Hurricanes. What more could you want? Even the Panthers won last night. Oh! What the hell more could life be, okay? Then maybe some Rogers Almond Brittle. That is dangerous. I'm telling you. I probably shouldn't talk about it because somebody's going to point the finger at me and say, first it was the goddamn fish food.
Right.
Then it was the bagel bites from whoever the hell makes that. And then that wasn't bad enough. Although the Boca Burgers, at least nobody's going to get fat from those.
Are they still around?
Oh yeah, they're in the supermarkets here. You bet. And they're good if you like. I'll tell you one thing: if you like Burger King, you'll like the Boca Burgers because they taste like rubber on a bun. Huh? No, they're okay. The Boca Burgers, if you doll them up a little bit with a slice of tomato and onion and put little spices on them, they're not bad.
I want some cow.
You want some real meat? Yeah, that's what I'm feeling too. I like some real meat myself. 5670560 pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. And I do want to say this. As much as I'm getting really sick of that business between Chloe and Lana on Smallville, they had her dolled up last night. It was the first night since the show has been on, and she actually was prettier than Clark. No, seriously, she looked really good last night, Lana. Did you notice that?
Indictment. She looked great.
I'm serious. She really looked stunning last night. Either it was the makeup or something. She got lucky, or I don't know what it was. Maybe you can't get lucky with him, though.
No.
And that part of the story, that's my one complaint about Smallville. The stories are very compelling and very exciting and very action-packed and yada, yada, yada. But I'm getting really burnt out on that whole storyline thing with Lana and Chloe, and they're like both got the hots for Clark. Why don't they understand? Maybe he's not interested in them.
He floats.
Okay?
Right.
Maybe he's more interested in he's gay. That could be it.
Maybe he wants to rub oil on Lex's head.
He'd like to turn him into the oily bird or something. I don't know.
Flex Luthor.
Here's Miami. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Sadly, you have become a shadow of your former self.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I mean, your show has devolved into the Neil and sycophantic George show.
Yeah. And so why are you listening?
I tune out often.
Well, my suggestion is do it right now before your brain gets any more polluted. That's another one of those chronic regulars.
Right.
My show has degenerated into the Neil and Sicko. I like the show. We're having a good time. See, that's what he doesn't like. Right. We're having a really good time.
When you're back up there and you're in a good mood and you're not dying.
Yeah, that's right. We're very satisfied. I'm very pleased with the way I sound now after having a stroke. Everything is going great. But there again is another nice shtuch from South Florida. Not, hey, how you doing? You feeling okay? Your show is degenerated. But this guy's listening every minute of every day. He's a chronic. I mean, that's one voice. I mean, you thought that the other guy was Mr. Reverend Jones. This guy's as chronic as the day is long.
Yep.
But he's
I'm sorry, I'm being sycophantic. I don't want to
sycophantic George.
Yeah.
I thought George was being rather sick myself today, as opposed, that's
contrary
Reverend Jones,
asshole.
and it's one of his lackeys. Oh,
right.
Brother. How about Jim Lackey, the harness driver?
It was him.
It was not him.
Just kidding.
Are you trying to get me to have another stroke? I think
no,
George is
please,
the right
God, don't, in spite of what the poll says.
Who'd be the happiest if Neil croaked? Mo Howard David would dance on Neil's grave, 111. Dennis the Chronic, professional Catholic homophobe, 28. George thinks he'd get the show, 25. He's sure working on it now. He's pushing it.
It was him.
Greg Reed, a real evildoer, 13. Fox News Heather's got 6. Geldy just out of spite, 4. Yeah, watch out for him. He's the chigger in a woodpile, that Geldy. He's dangerous. Eric, no more long polls, 1. And John Gibson of Fox News has 1. See, are we pushing Eric a little bit too much there? Good. He deserves it. 9:56 at 560 WQM. Speaking of losing weight, speaking of not being so fat and sick all the time, here's the answer for you. Delights of West Boca, a great store that's developed. You know something? That last chronic, I'm trying to think, I could tell you exactly who that was, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
Was that Mitch, well, that was one of those, one of the little crew.
One of those.
One of the QM wrecking crew. Anyway, over 600 delicious low-carb food products in this one great store served around Atkins or Skatkins or any of the other low-carb diets. This store is dedicated to you. Be sure and check out the new low-carb tortilla chips in original or pico gallo flavor by Carb Sense. And with their great-tasting no-carb bruschetta by Walden Farm, you'll be in snack heaven. You'll be popping it right in your puss. And the food, too. So whether it's Carbolite ice cream, breads, chips, muffins, cheesecakes, pasta, and sauces, Delights of West Boca is the place you're going to fall in love with. You can sample before you buy it. They've got an eligible staff open every day, 7 days a week from 10 to 10. They carry the most complete line of Atkins brand products anywhere in the universe. And the good part of the deal is always 25% off all day, every day. So whether, like I said, it's Atkins or any of the other zillion low-carb diets, this store is one you'll fall in love with. The number one low-carb sugar-free store anywhere. Delights of West Boca on the northeast corner of Glades and 441 next to Boston Market. Or call toll-free 1-877-LOW-CARB or check them out on the web at lowcarb.com. Don't forget there's only one Delights of West Boca, your official Atkins retail center.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
Darn it, I told you, don't bother me while I'm in here.
Hi, sir.
Hello?
It's Mickey Mouse.
Oh, Mr. Mouse, good morning. How are you?
What the hell are you doing to me?
Nothing, sir.
You're freaking killing me.
No, I'm not.
I got David Kelly calling me every 3 minutes. Why did we move the practice?
Sir, you told me to move the practice.
I didn't tell you anything. You must have misunderstood me.
No, sir, you said move the practice to Monday.
Hey, listen, butt wipe. I'm the boss. I make the decisions. You take the heat.
Right.
You move the practice.
Okay.
How we doing with it anyway?
Oh, man.
Hold on.
Right.
Remus.
Yeah, boss.
Shut the hell up. I'm on the phone, Remus. Hi, sir.
Yes, sir. What was your question?
I'm telling you, I'm going crazy over here. Between David Kelly and now Michael Jackson calling me every 3 minutes, I'm going to go out of my freaking mind. Hold on. Remus!
Can't hear you, boss.
Stop it, Remus!
I'm on the floor, boss.
Stop on the floor, Remus! Remus! What's this in my hand, Remus?
That's your penis, boss.
My other hand, Remus.
Oh, that's the phone, boss.
Right, I can't hear anything, Remus. Stop sawing the floor.
Sorry.
Sir, the moves are working out very well. The practice is fourth in its time slot and moving
Fourth
up.
in its time slot? Christ, are we even beating the WB?
Barely.
Oh, my God.
And the Michael Jackson thing was a rating success.
Of course. Hold on a second. Remus!
Yes, boss.
What the hell are you doing with a harmonica,
Just
Remus?
playing a little song for you.
Don't play it, Remus! I'll jam that thing down your throat! And get that bluebird away from me!
Oh, come on, Bluebird.
I'm allergic! Eisner.
Sir, over 25 million people saw
Shut up, Eisner. Listen.
Yeah.
You see me, what I'm doing here?
Sir, you're on the phone.
I know I'm on the phone. Do you see what I'm doing? Use your imagination for crying out loud. I'm moving my hands up and down, side to side. I'm the puppet master. I say it, you do it. Now Fox is going to air all the stuff that you cut out of the Michael Jackson interview.
But sir, you told me to edit out all that stuff to make him look like a freak.
Puppet master, me. Idiot. Oh. Remus!
Yeah, boss.
What the hell are you doing now?
Fixing the floor, boss.
There's nothing wrong with the floor, Remus. What's this in my ear?
That's your penis, boss.
My other ear, Remus.
Oh, that's the phone, boss.
That's the phone, Remus. Get out.
Come on, Bluebird.
Get out. Eisner?
Yes, sir.
Killing me. Killing me.
I'm sorry, sir.
Killing me.
Sorry.
Killing me softly.
Oh, 10:03 at 560 WQAM. How's my sycophant doing down there?
Oh, just fine.
So Lynn Samuels, who is one of my sycophants, emailed me and said if you go to ready.gov, www.ready.gov, Tom Richards got some real amusing crap here if you're depressed. From the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, terrorism forces to make a choice. Don't be afraid, be ready. Preparing makes sense, set an overview. And then it's got all these instructions, making a kit, water and food, clean air, first aid kit, supply checklist, be informed, biological threat, chemical threat, nuclear threat, radiation threat, make a plan, creating a family plan, deciding on staying or going, at work and at school, and et cetera and so on. Tom Ridge, a man with a tremendous sense of humor, although he could have fooled us. Here's a fax from one of our chronic faxers. Says the Reverend D. James Kennedy prays daily for your demise. I think we should have had him on there too, don't you?
Without a doubt. Oh wait, no.
No?
Well, I'm just trying not to be a sycophant.
Oh, I see. Reverend D. James Kennedy ought to be on there, Eric. I just mentioned that in passing, from the Coral Riz Presbyterian Church in Fort Lauderdale. One of the virulent anti-Semites and homophobes in the history of the human race. Reverend, who's on all over the world, by the way, and that satellite thing is.
Spreading love.
Spreading hate. Here's a fan. Also, this, I'm surprised you even sent me this about, grotesque thing, stapling Hank's face. That's bad. We've already done the poll on the ugliest personality on QM. Already been there and done that. Thank you very much, you hostile bastard, you. See, this is what they like. They want to be able to take a cheap shot. That's what they specialize in.
Right.
Unlike us, which we would never do that.
God forbid.
Bunch of cruel, heartless bastards. What's wrong with you people anyway, huh? Look at the number on the poll. I got 222.
Me too.
222 votes. Who'd be the happiest if Neil croaked? Mo Howard David would dance on Neil's grave, 129, almost 60%. Makes me feel very bad. Dennis the Chronic, professional Catholic and homophobe, 31. George thinks he'd get the show, 29. Greg Reed, 14. Fox News Heather, 11. Yaldi, 6. Eric, 1. And John Gibson of Fox News, he's got a small one. In fact, the fact says Imus used to refer to John Gibson as the ghoul because of his facial scars. What a concept, a corpse calling someone a ghoul, it says. He also described Gibson as one of the dumbest bastards on TV, which was more to the point. Gibson rose to fame because of O.J., and like many O.J. trial benefactors, has no real news credentials. And you are absolutely correct. He was a flunky reporter in L.A. when the whole O.J. thing started. Sorry about your stroke, it says. Your second one, I think, yes? What were your symptoms, and was it diet-related? Yes, it was. It was fat-related, and it was also, what do they call, sedentary-related. Sitting on my ass for 7 weeks in South Florida, eating like a pig, and that's it. Little blood clot goes to your lungs, cuts off your circulation to your brain, and like that. Little stroke, short of breath. Took me only 10 hours in a hospital to convince them that I had a stroke, and it took my friend Dr. Hamp to tell me that I was right and explain to me exactly what happened.
Well, what do you know?
I know my crap, mister. I know my strokes, mister, okay? I've stroked a few in my time. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Here's Miami Lakes. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I'm really sorry about your stroke, man. I know you had one a few years back, and listen, man, you got to stop living the sedentary lifestyle. You know how to control the stroke from happening again. I don't know why you don't do it.
Yeah.
No, really. If you know what you can do to avoid, I have a cold. Excuse me.
That's okay.
If you know what you can do to avoid it, I don't understand why you don't do it.
What does that mean?
If you can avoid a stroke, if you know what the reasons why you're...
How do you know what I'm doing? I've lost 8 pounds in a week. I'm out walking every day as much as I can in the brutal weather, but it's not that bad anymore. I'm doing a lot better now than I was there. See, I've tried to explain to you, when I'm there, it's a death wish.
It's Florida.
That's well, it's South Florida. There's nowhere to walk. There's no real exercise. I sit on my ass. In fact, some of my days were comprised of sitting on my ass 4 hours at work, then going home and sitting my ass watching TV, and then going to the track and feeding my face and sitting my ass for another 5 or 6 hours.
So you're absolutely right. This lifestyle down here is from your car to the mall, from the mall to the car, from the car to the food, to the restaurant.
See, here I don't have a car.
It's true.
I don't have a car. I walked more here already in this. I've been here for about 5 days. I walked more in these 5 days than I will down there in 5 years.
No, you're absolutely right. I'm originally from New York City. In New York City, at least they walk down there.
Right,
People
that's right.
walk. They take the subway. They walk. And my triglyceride level is very high. It has been very high, up to 800. So I take walks. Yeah, 3 to 4 times a week I walk in the morning to reduce those triglycerides. I reduce my diet.
My triglycerides are 78.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it is.
That's fantastic.
So it goes to show you, just because my cholesterol wasn't too bad, my triglycerides are great. That alone doesn't get the job done. Because when you're sedentary, just like when they tell you when you travel a long flight on a plane, and if you don't get up and walk around, you can have those deep vein thromboses and get the blood clot and go to your heart or your brain or whatever and croak.
Yes.
Same thing.
Yeah. Well, listen, take care of yourself, really. I'd like you around for at least a few years, at least one person down here in South Florida.
Okay, thanks.
And I'm going to give my vote for George. I know he wants your show, even though his show is terminal. I know that he wants your show. I can't believe that you didn't put Rick Sanchez on that list. He hates you like poison.
He does?
Oh, doesn't he?
No.
No? Oh, he loves you.
He's my buddy.
Oh, okay. I don't know. All those skits that you did, I thought maybe this guy, that's why he left Miami, because all those skits you did about him.
It could be. Okay, have a great day. Quit while you're here.
Take care of yourself.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you. See, a lot of people out there, they can't separate the fact from friction. Do you know what I'm saying? They can't separate the radio shtick from the real.
Oh, don't tell them it's not real.
Oh, okay. Is real? See, there you go again. You can't stop, can you? We're not even talking about the Middle East. We're trying not to talk about the war thing, because we're trying, maybe I'm wrong, but I really don't care. I don't want to get bogged down with it.
You're wrong.
I beg you again, go to our website, folks. Go to neilrogers.com and look at all the great bedtime stories. And there you'll find, for all the intellectuals out there, you'll find some really good stuff. All the stuff you need to know about what's happening and really happening with the Bushmeister and with the allies and the people that used to be our allies. All of these good things about the Iranians who've already marched into northern Iraq, into the no-fly zone, getting ready to cover their own ass, and of course everybody's standing back, rubbing their hands, waiting to split up the spoils, and waiting to hook it up to the freeway and spigot. Just go to neilrogers.com and check out the bedtime stories. Those of you who read, which most people don't. Here's Miami. Hello. Miami.
Neil, good morning.
Yes, sir.
That was Reverend Jones.
Yeah.
Okay. And the second, would you please tell people first that he's gay?
One of yours. Who? One of your people. Real comedian Zimfer. Would I please tell Zimfer that he's gay? Okay, you're gay, Zimfer. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon. You notice how they really responded to my thing about the best food if they were on a desert island? They had corn dogs. I think that says a lot about South Florida, corn dogs. With me, it would be almond brittle. Rogers almond brittle. Not even a contest. Nothing even close. Forget the fish food. Forget about the Nestle's turtle. Rogers almond brittle. Here's West Palm Beach. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
The Godfather guy. Remember I told you about the book?
Yeah.
I got a news flash. Something that you will really enjoy. Go to twocows.com and download Mario Puzo's screensaver. There got to be like 60 black and white pictures to keep rotating on your screensaver of all the Godfather 1, 2, and 3.
But let me ask you this. Why would I want to see that?
Because you're a Godfather guy.
But, I mean, haven't I already seen those a million times? In full color? Why do I want to see them in black and white?
Because it's nostalgic and it brings back memories and you like it, so I thought
No.
you might like it.
No.
Okay.
But have a great day. Oh my, you know something? Now I'm starting to have like a relapse. You want to know why? Because I'm talking to these people and I realize that I am in a very good mood and I'm here and it's just like a whole different world. And these people, they all even the first couple of words from their mouth, they all sound so depressed. They sound suicidal, don't they? Or is it just my imagination?
Oh, we're all stuck down here. We're
He
depressed
sounded like he wanted to blow his brains out. Bada bing, you know? Like Santino said, bada bing. Well, I'm not going to have time to sit around here looking at old pictures from The Godfather in black and white that are revolving and rotating and perching and whatever the hell else he said. Jeez. Good golly, Miss Molly. I think we ought to put it on an endless loop. Here's the message from South Florida, Neil.
I have no life.
Oh, I forgot. Excuse me. See, out of sight, out of mind. 145 say Mo would dance on my grave. He'd be the happiest if I croaked. And the way these calls are going so far, I think that could happen during the show today, right on the air. Thank God it's Wednesday. We got our noon to 1 hour to bail us out. Whew. George thinks he'd get the show 32. Dennis the Chronic's got 31. The two of you are like side by each, battling it out.
Great.
Greg Reed 14, Fox News Heather 12, Geldy 6, Eric 2, John Gibson of Fox News a pair, and Reverend Kennedy, who just went on, has already got one. He's got one. He don't want anybody to know it, but he's got one. 1013 at 560 WQM, South Florida. Have you outgrown your home? Is your family getting bigger? Maybe you need more room at home for an office, a nursery, a sewing room, maybe one of those emergency shelters, or a new master bedroom or bath. We need more space for your place. Call our guys at Strictly Additions. Strictly Additions is your one-stop shop, more space for your place with a worry-free approach to expanding your living space. They show up exactly on time when they say they're going to be there. You won't have any hidden charges. They're experts at pulling permits, so the work gets certified on time. And for the new year, you can use your income tax return to get all the work done. All you people out there shopping for new homes, why go through all the sweat? By the time you sell, buy, close, move, you might as well just pull some equity out of your current home and call Strictly Additions. You'll pay for a new addition to a home that you already love. Call Strictly Additions today at 954-791-8100. Would you like to have a nice bomb shelter around your house? 954-791-8100. They're licensed, they're insured professionals. For a free estimate, call Craig or Patrick today. 954-791-8100. Strictly Additions is going to save you time, lots of cash, and you won't have to move to improve. Get a whole new house with the same address. Call 954-791-8100 for Strictly Additions and tell them that old Petey Lenny told you to call.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
I don't have a penis. All right.
If you cannot find Osama Bomber rack, if the markets are a drama bomber rack, if the terrorists are frisky, Pakistan is looking shifty, North Korea is too risky, bomber rack.
Yes.
If we have no allies with us, bomber rack. If we think that someone's dissed us, bomber rack. So to hell with the inspections, let's look up for the elections. Close your mind and take directions, bomber rack. Fall in line and follow orders, bomber rack. For our might exceeds our borders, bomber rack. Disagree, we'll call it treason. Let's make war, not love the season, even if we have no reason, bomber rack.
1018 at 560 WQM. The Mad Dog is back today at 1. We got Hank at 3, which we haven't heard any change on that, so the humper will be along, hopefully feeling better, 3 to 7. You got Hurricane Hotline at 7. The big, will be on from 8 to 10, which is more than long enough. At the, what is that, the NFL Combine? What is that?
I don't know.
The NFL Combine?
I thought that was farm equipment.
10 o'clock is Eddie K from GA and Joe and Mark overnight, who can't get their own website because Clarence is a hard ass.
The Combine is where all the NFL scouts get to watch the players work out.
This is shorts. The 19th of frickin' February, mister. We got an NFL Combine show tonight?
Yes, sir.
You have to be schmitting me. No wonder Josh Friedman tried to knock the crap out of the Big O. I don't blame him. Isn't that what happened, allegedly?
Allegedly, but it really didn't.
Josh Friedman was in there sucking around with Mo and Geldy this morning. Boy, talk about desperate and fat. So they just had the ready.gov thing on there. Thanks again, Lynn. See, she informed me, and we got it on the air just ahead of CNN. That new website, www.ready.gov. If you want to see Tom Ridge and all those childish, those juvenile suggestions on how you and the family can save yourselves from the impending disaster that's coming any minute. Not that we want you to panic, you understand that. But just relax. And before that, they showed this dog. Did you see the thing of the dog on the Passaic River in the ice?
No.
That's stranded?
That's
very sad. I mean, they got a rescue thing going on. It would seem to me that they must have helicopters with pontoons, right?
Indeed they do, at least we do here.
Right. So it would seem to me that would be the way to go, because the dog is out there like an ice thing, and he's looking around like, where the hell is somebody already? Come and get me. And it's very depressing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there are a lot of people I can think of. I wouldn't mind if they were out there on that ice barge, but the dog, you know. Woman chased by fake aliens sues reality TV show. Kara Blank thought she was being chased by a space alien in Los Angeles on her way to her posh Hollywood home. Oh, and the end of this is chopped off. What a shame. Remember I said I was going to recopy this because it would be better?
Right.
But the end of it is all chopped off. That's probably because it's from, what's his name, The Grudge Report.
You want me to refax you the other one?
No, but the alien turned out to be an actor in a monster suit, and the party was phony as well. So now the Los Angeles grade school teacher and aspiring actress is fighting back, suing the new TV reality series Tactics. What is it? Something Tactics?
Scare Tactics.
Scare Tactics. See, that's chopped off. Claiming she suffered severe emotional damage, court paper said yesterday.
Stupid bitch.
Now, that would be a good poll question. Would you rather be more scared being followed by a space alien or an illegal alien?
Well, what country?
Blank sued the Sci-Fi Channel, the producers of Scare Tactics, and 2 actors for scaring her so badly that she had to be hospitalized several times for physical injuries and severe emotional distress, her lawyer said. Blank said she was a non-consenting and unwitting victim of a hidden camera show with a science fiction twist. How do you like that, huh?
I gotta see it.
I knew they got in trouble for that.
Anybody buy any almond brittle yet? So the one food we've got so far from this very astute audience that they like to have if they were on a stranded island and they could have as much of it as they wanted, but nothing else, is corn dogs.
Oh!
Oh!
At least they're easy to eat.
Brother, my head's starting to spin again. 268 votes on the poll. Well, who'd be the happiest if Neil croaked? Mo Howard David would dance on Neil's grave. 160, almost 60%. They think that he's that evil, that hateful, that much of a miserable, nasty old coot. And you know what?
Yeah.
They could be right. George thinks he'd get the show 37. Oh, and Dennis the Chronic, which that was him before, the one about the shows degenerating.
I was going to say something, but
that
then
was
after, the other episode, that previous episode, I was just going to keep my mouth shut.
No, well, I thought about it, because didn't I say I recognized the voice, and then because he's got kind of that blank,
yes.
But that was him. So we've had Reverend Jones alleged, and definitely Dennis the Chronic, who's still listening, by the way. This is the guy who's busy calling Mo and everybody else, he doesn't belong on the air, and I won't rest till we get him off the air, and he's disgusting. In the meantime, he calls the show. He's still calling the show. He can't turn it off. And even the audience is on to you, Dennis. Every time we take a pull and put his name on it, look how well he does, or badly, or depending on how you look at it. They're on to you. They've heard your crap. They know what you're all about.
On every radio station, by the way.
Dennis, the chronic professional Catholic homophobe, 32 votes, trailing George by only 5. Greg Reed, the real evildoer, 14. Fox News Heather, that bitch, 12. Geldy, just out of spite, 6. Reverend DJ Kennedy, 3 already. Eric, no more long polls, 2. And John Gibson of Fox News has got a small pair. Corn dogs, what do you say?
No.
I'd starve to this first. I would not touch the corn dogs. That's got to be one of the nastiest things that you could ever even dream about.
It's like Saturday afternoon microwave food if you have kids.
Ooh, phooey. North Miami, hello.
Hey, Neil, what's up?
How you doing, sir?
I'm good. I'm glad to hear you're doing all right.
I'm okay.
Yeah, just okay. Even though you're having a very morbid poll today. So,
yeah.
Anyway.
Why do you say it's morbid? It's just being honest, that's all. It's the honest show. We just know that if I croaked, there would be certain people who would be very happy about it.
But then they'd have nobody to hate. They'd have to find somebody else.
Oh, they'd find somebody. The hateful people always find somebody to hate. Don't you remember that song by Jefferson Airplane, Somebody to Hate?
I called. I've been unemployed for a while, so I've been searching the web. I looked on Bermuda.com because I was living there a while, and there's a link to your website there.
Why is that?
Why is that? I don't know, because I think I turned on a few people and they liked you over there.
How do you like that? Hey, hello Bermuda, even though you can't hear us.
They can though. I used to listen to you.
Get out of here, Bermuda.
I swear, I used to get you on the web.
Do you have any idea how far out into the Atlantic Bermuda is?
650 miles.
So how the hell can I hear that signal when you go out on 441 and it's like that, and they can hear us in Bermuda?
The web.
Oh, I see. Well, on the web they can hear us anywhere in the world. I mean, that goes without saying.
We used to all meet at the coffee shop and talk about your show.
Oh, well, it must be a pretty exciting place.
Oh man, it's chronic. It's as chronic as this place.
Mm-hmm.
It's horrible.
Yeah, the guy that wanted me to spend my afternoon looking at Godfather pictures on the internet. I mean, I almost forgot where these calls were coming from, so I probably was a little too hard on him.
So I figure that since we have nobody to blame for this blizzard, I figured it was Saddam's doing for the blizzard. Maybe that's a good reason to attack.
Okay, have a great day. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Got a whole bunch of stuff here, by the way. Arbitron survey backs U.S. radio consolidation. This is one of the most ridiculous stories I've ever read in my life, and they're doing it because all their big clients like Cheap Channel, that's what they wanted them to say. And it also says that in the story. We'll get to that maybe. Oh, the state of oral sex, don't let me forget about that.
What state is that in?
Mississippi.
Oh.
I think that's why Rick Weaver moved there just before he passed on to the great football booth in the sky. How safe is oral sex? That question's been on the tip of many tongues ever since AIDS raised its deadly head. Now this is from the Village Voice, by the way. Now one expert says that fellatio may not be risky at all, at least when it comes to spreading HIV. Dr. Jeffrey Klausner, who heads the sexually transmitted disease prevention effort at San Francisco Department of Public Health, based his conclusion on a new study of 239 gay or bisexual men who reported no anal or vaginal sex and no injection drug use in the prior 6 months. 98% said they'd given head without condoms, 28% said they knew their partner was HIV positive, and of those, 39% said they had swallowed semen. None of the men became infected. The risk of HIV transmission via oral sex, Klausner maintains, is, and I'm going to read this exactly the way it's printed, you'll see it on our website, this is on there, the state of oral sex, he says, is very, 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 very low and maybe zero. Did you get that?
Are you pushing that homosexual agenda again?
The risk of HIV transmission via oral sex, Klausner maintains, is very, 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 very low and maybe zero. A 2002 Spanish study supports Klausner's view, Spick. Researchers there followed 110 women and 25 men, all HIV negative, for 10 years. Each participant had an HIV positive partner. The investigators estimated that over the course of the study, the couples engaged in 19,000 acts of unprotected fellatio or cunnilingus. None of the negative partners converted. In other words, got infected. Got it?
Got it. That's good.
So there you go. State of oral sex is, now I'm not suggesting, I'm not recommending, I'm not endorsing, I'm just reading you whatever it says. And that's in the very, very left-wing Village Voice. Follow what I'm saying?
I get it.
Well,
I don't want to be sycophantic, so no.
Okay, Dennis will get upset with you again. That was Dennis. That was Dennis calling in to critique our show. And it's become very ponderous, my sycophantic little George, just because you won't suck his ass, because we know exactly what he is and what he's all about.
An asshole.
A real, serious asshole. And by the way, Dennis, nice try. It didn't work. You and your asshole buddy. 1027 at 560 WQAM. Hey, speaking of gaining weight, there are a lot of people out there desperate. Even Big Arnie is desperate. Why not do something that you haven't tried before? A lot of people keep trying the same diets over and over again. And what I found is a lot of times something will work for you once and your brain kind of outsmarts itself. And you can never go back and do it again. If you haven't tried Balance for Life, you have nothing to lose but all of that weight. There's no cooking, no shopping, no cleaning, no worries, just great results, like the Beast is getting, who's lost over 50 pounds. I guarantee you we've saved that punk's life. And once his head starts shrinking to normal size, you'll know we're really doing a good job for him. They deliver your little black sack to your door by 6 a.m., no matter where you are every morning, whether you're at work, whether you're at home, whether you're at the massage parlor. 3 gourmet meals and 2 delicious snacks are right in your black sack. It's all prepared for you. It's all fresh and delicious. There are chicken dishes and beef and turkey and all kinds of good stuff, omelets and frittatas and you name it. Nothing prefabricated, nothing frozen, and they let you pick between 2 choices for each one of the meals every day that you're on the program. That's the only choice you'll have to make. They do all the figuring for you based on the zone diet. So like I said, the food for the entire day is in there. You don't have to worry about buying anything else, and the weight just pours off your body. So let Balance for Life help you lose the weight the real delicious way. Call 954-568-3229. They'll give you all the details. 954-568-3229, or check them out on the web at balanceforlife.com. In no time at all, you can look better than the lovely Beast.
Live and local. This is 560. The radio's all yours now. QAM.
Gil Rogers. God. Coming up tonight on Inside the Behind the True Hollywood Celebrity Music Biography Profile Story, we take a good, hard, stiff look into stardom. With her leather jacket and smoking guitar, she epitomized the leather jacket and smoking guitar look popularized in the 1980s by her. She was Joan Jett.
I just wanted to say to the world, hey, I'm a girl, and I've got a leather jacket and a smoking guitar, so you can kiss my female ass.
Joan Jett's rebellious style influenced everyone from Pinky Tuscadero and Happy Days to, well, nobody else, actually.
Okay, so I wasn't that influential. Bite me.
Clearly, we needed another angle for our profile of Joan Jett. Well, she did start her career with the all-female rock band The Runaways. Hey, there's something. The lesbian angle. We asked Joan about the wild nights of girl-on-girl action that must surely have resulted when the Runaways were on tour.
Hey, that never happened, asshole. You are way out of line.
Sure, Joan Jett can deny it. She's still collecting royalties from her hit song. But the other members of the Runaways aren't doing so well. So when we paid them to admit to having same-sex encounters with Joan Jett, they readily complied. Former Runaway Lita Ford.
Oh, yes. I explored the nether regions of Joan Jett's body, and it was fantastic. Can I go now?
We then interviewed another band member, Cherie Curie.
Joan Jett satisfied me in ways a man never could. Thank you. Can I go now?
Joan Jett. She didn't give us a lot to work with, but we with her just the same. It's a big, juicy, sopping wet look at show business tonight on Inside the Behind.
I'll tell you one of the last things we need in this country, okay?
Another dick in the White House?
Yeah, look who's on there.
And Kate.
Coma-inducing Dick Gebhardt. That's one of the great Democratic candidates. Jeb Bush slips on Spanish history. Would you just fax me this?
Yeah.
Madrid, Spain. The U.S. President's brother, Jeb Bush, has sparked criticism after mistakenly referring to Spain as a republic in a speech to Spanish business leaders during a trip to Madrid to discuss business opportunities. Florida Governor Jeb Bush's blunder was reminiscent of President Bush's past slip-ups, which have included pronouncing Spanish Prime Minister Jose Maria Aznar's name incorrectly. Spanish historian Juan Pablo Fusi said the error by Bush was foolish and grotesque. Foolish and grotesque! It's an offense to Spain and its democratic monarchy, Fusi told Reuters. It further ridicules the Bushes in general. Bush, the Florida governor, was in Madrid to promote the state to Spanish businesses and to meet Prime Minister Aznar. Speaking in Spanish, Bush said, I want to thank the President of the Republic of Spain for his friendship with the U.S. Spain has not been a republic since the late 1930s, when General Francisco Franco crushed Republican troops in the Civil War. Franco's nationalist dictatorship lasted until his death in 1975. When Spain became a constitutional monarchy, King Juan Carlos I is now head of the state. His older brother, President Bush, once referred to Aznar as Anzar, head of his first visit to Spain as U.S. President in 2001. President Bush, accused by opponents of having a shaky grasp on geography, is also famously referred to Greeks as Grecians. Although we do like their formula for hair loss, don't we? Or for hair color, whatever it is. He once sent a shiver through jittery stock markets when he was speaking about the deflation in the Japanese yen and accidentally said devaluation, which led to a brief rush to sell the yen on international currency markets. Devaluation, deflation, you know, same difference. There's Dick. Just pathetic, you know. He's really sad. Yesterday we told you that 2.2 million credit cards have been hacked.
Right.
Guess what? 8 million now. Amex says its cards hacked like Visa and MasterCard. American Express discloses a breach, and now Visa puts the figure at 8 million. A long list of credit card companies say a hacker breached a security system of a company that processes transactions to get a customer account information. American Express, which said there are no signs of fraudulent use yet, will not disclose how many accounts were involved, but the company joins Visa and MasterCard. Those two said a combined 5.6 million of their account numbers were subject to the breach. So we're like almost 8 million. Makes you a little bit nervous, don't it, if you have any credit cards? Of course, in George's case, and in Carlos's case, who the hell are we kidding?
He has a library card.
Who'd be the happiest if Neil croaked is our poll question today on NeilRogers.com. That seems to be where they want to dedicate their attention today. They don't care about this desert island thing and about candy and Rogers almond brittle.
And corn dogs.
Yeah, no, they do care about corn dogs, which I think so. I care about the dog that's lost on the ice there in the Passaic River in New Jersey. I'm concerned about him. Corn dogs, you can have them, mister. I don't want them. Feh. My grandmother told me a long time ago, corn dogs are for goyim. Who'd be the happiest if Neil croaked? Mo Howard David would dance on Neil's grave, 181, 59%. Did we get any calls, by the way, saying that the Mo show was sounding a lot better?
No.
since the babysitters were there? Because I made the comment and Carlos agreed, but I get the feeling that our people are not listening in the morning.
Oh, Carlos is a sycophant anyway.
Oh, I forgot. George thinks he'd get to show 45. Just changed again. Let's see if you and Dennis are still duking it out.
No, I think I'm winning.
Well, if it would, geez, what's going
it's
on
stuck.
with this damn
Oh,
thing?
there it is.
It is? Pretty slow there. Oh, yeah, you're pulling away. George in second place, 45. Dennis the chronic asshole, 36. And by the way, Dennis, see, I guess he felt compelled to call in because his name was on the poll. So since he did call in, you would have thought that if this weren't true, he would have said, oh, yeah, well, I disagree with a lot of what you say, but I certainly wouldn't want to see you croak. You know, if he were any kind of a guy, since he's such a good Catholic and I'm such a degenerate piece of crap, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he didn't say that.
Maybe he's going to go to confess.
Instead, he took another cheap shot, just hoping he might help to inflict another stroke, maybe the fatal one, the fatal blow. Greg Reed, a real evildoer, has got 17 votes. Fox News Heather 12. Geldy 6. Reverend Kennedy's up to 5 already. He just went on there. Eric, no more long polls, 4. And John Gibson of Fox News, only 2. He is obviously small potatoes. Here's a call from Miami. Hello.
Hey, hi, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I got a message for Jose Canseco. Don't drop the soap.
No, okay. Squeeze it tight, Jose. Yeah, very cute. Hey, it's your people, man. Your people, very amusing, very funny. Lucy, 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Here's Hope Sound. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Neil, I'm glad you're finally taking this seriously. Your health I'm talking about.
Oh.
I'm proud of you. Now, let me
don't be so proud. It's a week and a half since I had the stroke.
Yeah,
I wouldn't get too carried away yet.
But you sound much more committed than you have.
Well, we'll see how long it lasts.
And you have a treadmill, don't you?
Yeah.
In South Florida?
Yes, I do. Treadmill and a great exercise bike that sycophantic George bought me for my birthday a few years ago, and they both sit there.
You just can't motivate yourself to
Let me say this to you, okay? Neither one of those is a substitute for walking, and that maybe that's an excuse for being lazy, which I am. But walking, there's just no comparison. It doesn't get the job done. It's not the same. It doesn't have the same effect for me as just walking. Walking does wonders for me.
Well, good. Well, then stick to that. Listen, there's a company I've been ordering from for about 10 years out of Canada called Tufts Discount Vitamins. If you go on the internet under discountvitamins.com,
yeah,
they have a unbelievable amount of books and knowledge and articles just on different conditions and things you should be taking naturally. It's very interesting.
Okay. Oh, well, I'm doing that. My blood chemistry is great. I take CoQ10 and I take fish oil capsules I've been taking for years. My blood is great and et cetera and so on, but the condition of my body needs some help.
Yeah, now because you have to diagnose yourself and take care of yourself. These doctors do nothing.
No, but you just hit it on the head. You have to be your own doctor. You can't do it completely, but you have to be to a great deal extent your own doctor. That's what I'm doing.
Well, I wish you the best of luck, and let George know there's a reality show on Showtime this Saturday night on Seymour Butts' life.
Okay.
After the fight.
Thanks. I'll tell him.
Bye.
Okay. Hey, by the way, George, there's after the fight.
What's that?
567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon line, 1041 at QM. And if you're tired of that big, ugly bald spot, if you want to have some hair again, and you want to look great, unlike those other silly people that have the hair pieces, Charles Alfieri is the guy you want to see because he's got that natural hairline system, the best in the universe. All these other hair pieces, man, they're a joke. They're like for Dennis Kucinich. He wants to run for president. Go see Chuck Alfieri first, Dennis, okay? Walking around with that hair piece, you're not going to get elected dog catcher. Sam Donaldson, no wonder you don't see him anymore on ABC. They're too embarrassed to put him on here anymore. Aaron Brown, they're on CNN. Wimpy Aaron Brown with that awful piece. Forget about it. Look great, look younger and better than you ever thought you could again with the natural hairline system from Chuck Alfieri. And one of the best things about the deal is it's affordable. When you mention Neil Rogers, when you make that call, you save even $200 more off the already affordable price. So instead of spending thousands for a mousy-looking piece that makes people laugh at your ass, get yourself a great-looking head of hair from Chuck Alfieri. Here's the toll-free number to call, 1-800-321-2413. 1-800-321-2413. Look better and younger than you ever thought you would again with Chuck Alfieri. Check him out on the web if you like it, charlesalfieri.com.
We're Sports Radio 560, QAM.
Daniel Junior.
Well, you can tell by the way I use my voice. I'm different than those other boys. See, I've been this way since I was born, and I'm hung just like an Ericorn. Won't you try to understand what you call a girly man? I suspect I might be gay. feet, 'cause I'm a feminine guy, feminine guy. I'm a little twisted and I am been twisted, I'm a feminine guy, feminine guy. Most people love me, but some wanna club me, I'm a feminine guy, feminine guy. Ha, 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 feminine guy, feminine guy. Ha, 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 feminine guy.
Don't be knocking the medical profession. Look what they did for Morris at Mount Sinai. 1046 at 560 WQM. It's a good thing that we know that our good friend Dennis is listening today. You want to know why?
What's that?
I don't want to disappoint him, so here's this story from CBSNews.com. Sex abuse suit filed in Missouri.
Oh!
2 former Roman Catholic priests, including the brother of a prominent advocate for clergy abuse victims, were sued yesterday by a man who contends the men molested him for most of his childhood. The alleged victim claims he was molested by one of the men, then turned to the other for help. The priest then began molesting him also, the suit claims. Neither Gary Poole nor Kevin Clohessy has been criminally charged. Also named as plaintiffs were the Diocese of Jefferson City, retired Bishop Michael McAuliffe, and Bishop John Gatos, who heads the diocese. Are you believing some of these names? I'm not making them up. I'm just reading the story. John Gatos, who heads the diocese. Clohessy's brother David is national director of SNAP, the Survivors Network of Those Abused by Priests. He's estranged from his brother. A woman who answered the phone at Poole's Jefferson City home said the former priest had no comment. Clohessy, who lives 30 miles north of Jefferson City in Columbia, couldn't be reached for comment. His phone number is not listed, and his brother don't know how to get a hold of him, so to speak. In Utah, 2 brothers filed an $80 million lawsuit yesterday claiming they were abused in the 1970s by a priest teaching at the Catholic High School in Salt Lake City. The priest is currently serving a 40-year prison term in Oklahoma for sex abuse. Oh. The Salt Lake Diocese said in a statement yesterday that it learned of the alleged abuse to one victim in November 2000, the other in 2002. The diocese offered pastoral care and reported the allegations to state officials, it said. In Wisconsin yesterday, the Madison Diocese announced it has paid out $1.6 million to 19 victims of sex abuse in the past 2 decades. Bishop William Bullock said the diocese knew of documented abuse allegations against 4 of its priests. The diocese serves nearly 265,000 Catholics in 11 southwestern Wisconsin counties. And you notice what a tremendous job they've done of putting this all back under the carpet again?
Yeah.
They just swept it right back under the carpet again while people are too busy worried about whether they got enough duct tape and Visqueen, stuff like that, important things, and whether they got enough Rogers Almond Brittle. Now, you know as well as I do that somebody out there from our vast listening audience, some of our silent majority of people who obviously would never call, they're on the www.rogerschocolates.com.
Right.
Ordering almond brittle. Ordering tons of it. Ordering almond brittle up the ass.
By the case.
By the case, by the truckload. So I'm hoping that one of these days in the fair, because I can't expect anybody to comment on it because nobody who's listening ever had it. I had it.
A stroke?
I beg your pardon?
You had a stroke?
And almond brittle, too. Look, a couple of little pieces of candy are not the difference between being fat and not fat. And like I told you yesterday, which you don't understand, when you tide yourself over, if my blood sugar is 101, it must be under pretty good control, wouldn't you say?
That's pretty damn good.
There you go.
Considering
what a fat old slob I am who's obsessed with food and sweets. Here's Miami. Hello.
Yes, hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I wanted to tell you a story. On Monday, I got off early from work, because it was President's Day, and I decided to go for a cruise. And I thought, I was driving by Biscayne, and I saw this hot-ass black hooker, and I dated her, And
okay. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon Wireless line. Wow. What movie poll can we do in the 11 to noon hour? How to kill off the last hour today? I'm telling you, this audience, not just this show, the entire radio station. I mean, the sports nerd shows, it's either the same stupid questions about, well, do you think that Danny can make a comeback this year because we really need him bad? Or it's, like Mo had to do this morning again with a list of scumbag athletes who've fallen from grace, like Jose Canseco. That's it. A list. Has to be a list. Other than that, they can't cut it. They've got no material. They have nothing to talk about. No life. What are you sniggering about?
What was your favorite black and white movie?
Yeah, there you go. What were your favorite black and white pictures on the internet that you look at? Those 60 pictures of the God? I still can't get over that. This guy really believes I'm going to spend my afternoon here on the internet looking at black and white pictures from The Godfather because I like The Godfather? Jesus God, man, you talk about desperate. You talk about just barely being among the living. I think there are a lot of people in South Florida, I've been saying it for years, they died a long time ago, but nobody bothered telling them. They're just still, I was going to say walking around, they're still crawling around. They're hanging. Here's Pompano Beach. Hello.
Hello, it's Neil.
Yes, sir. Yes.
You were talking about a stroke, and I was had one minor one a couple of years back, and just came from the gym. Exercised like a fool all my life.
Yeah.
I was in excellent shape, and of course I smoked. And,
well, there you go. That's one of the main factors, smoking.
Yeah. So I tried to cut down, but had a mini stroke, and it was very unusual because I came home and I wanted to watch a football game. My wife came home a couple hours later. She says, "What are you doing?" I says, "I was going to watch the football game." I forgot to watch the football game. Didn't know what happened. Didn't know we had a party that night. Nothing. After a little bit, it all came back to me, but it was a strange kind of a feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Exercise doesn't do it all the time, I guess.
No, smoking is one of the worst things you can do.
Yeah, smoking is tough to quit. The Americans got you on that.
Are you still smoking?
Yeah,
no.
I'm still quitting. Let's put it that way.
What kind of flowers would you like us to send you? Come on, cut it out, pal. Cut it out.
Well, I just wanted to relay that to you. So sitting isn't the only sin, I guess.
Good luck to you, pal.
Thanks.
How do you like that? At least he admits it.
Yeah.
See, that's very rare that we hear from anybody like, because our audience is always like finger pointers, oh, I'm a fat slob and Hank's a fat slob and this one. But they're all perfect, although I've seen a lot of them, and quite frankly, some of them they make me look like Mickey Mouse. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah,
I know. There's the dog. Oh, thank goodness they got the dog and the little rowboat. They didn't have to go through the helicopter thing because I didn't realize that they were able to get a little boat out there. And they got are you watching it?
I'm watching it now.
And they got that stick that they used to
put
around the collar, and the dog don't want to come. Come on, dog. Get in that boat. Get in the boat, sweetheart. Come on. They got two guys there. I mean, the dog is like a medium-sized dog. Grab him. Get him in the boat, you asshole. There we go. Let's hear it. Yeah, they got the dog in the boat. Dog rescue underway. Something good happened today, okay? You people out there that don't like dogs, you know what? To you. Especially the cat people. Oh, you see, women, cats, I have no problem with that. It's kind of it fits, no problem. But guys who are into cats, I have a real problem with that. Do you know any guys who are into cats?
Boca Brian.
Like I said, strange guys are into cats. Speaking of women, here's a lady in Boca. Hello.
Hey, hi, Neil. How are you?
Okay.
I want to thank you. I'm one of the maybe few people that love the articles you pick out. In fact, I get mad.
Oh, you're the one that reads those, okay?
Huh?
You're the one that reads them.
Yeah, there are a few of us. I don't know where you find some of them. I look at some of the headings and I put them on my favorite style, but I see some of them from the New York Times, but some of the other places, the sources are great. I'd never find them. So thank you.
Well, I'm glad. I'm delighted because I always wonder if anybody even bothers reading them.
I really do like them. Of course, they're one slanted, but that's the slant I like.
Well, that's the idea. There are enough right-wing websites out there. We've got to even it up a little bit.
You got that right. So
okay, thanks.
You. And when you're not there, there's nothing up there. There's a big blank space. I'm like, oh no. So I really look at them almost every day.
Well, we're never going to let Carlos pull that crap again.
Good.
Thanks a lot. Have a great day.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
You too.
See, she was very nice, a little on the old side, but that's the way it goes. I don't think anybody in it. First of all, young people don't read newspapers, so why should I expect them to go to our website and read the bedtime stories? See, that's another reason that when I was reading the bedtime stories here on the air, even though it was much more productive than fumbling through a bunch of really idiotic calls, which most of them today have been. But hey, that's what the audience wants. Give it to them, baby. That's what they want. They want chazarai, as the old saying goes. They want crap. Well, you're giving me the but...
Oh, no, I was imitating one of our callers.
No, I understand, but that's just what they want. It's very sad. You can't force feed the public out there, okay? They want dreck. They want caca. That's why a third of the people watching television Monday night watch Joe Millionaire. A third of the people who are watching TV in this country in that country were watching Joe Millionaire.
It was kind of a turnoff that you had all that money.
Oh. God, was either one of them attractive?
No.
I mean, interesting?
No.
No. He was like a dullard. I saw the clips they showed on the news all day yesterday. He's a dullard. Not to mention the fact ugly. Ugly, it looks like a retard. Looks grotesque. And she was meest at best, marginal, like about a 2.5 on a scale of 50. But it's the hype, baby. Sell the hype. Forget about the content. Nobody cares about the content. America's not interested in that. And again, just like they said there in that story I read yesterday about the difference between the media approach on what's happening in the world in Europe and what we're presented with in America, and even the difference between a Canadian approach to the news and what's in America. Pablum. They feed the American public pablum and puke and crap, and that's what they become conditioned to. Most of the newscast, especially the local newscast, isn't even real news anyway. It's caca. Puff pieces. Joe Millionaire and Michael Jackson, that's what the American public wants. All this other stuff that's going on, they're getting ready to blow the goddamn world up. Well, but like that. 5670560 What am I getting excited about?
I don't know.
Well, what's the point? I'm not going to change it. I can go back and read the bedtime stories every day and do it like 10 times the work I'm doing now and wind up with about 1/10 of the number. What's the point? They don't want that. But like I said, living and breathing people don't read newspapers and certainly aren't looking at they're too busy on porno sites when they're on the internet. They don't have time to read find out what's going on in the world. Although, like I said, the one promising thing was in the big protest over the weekend with the millions of people who marched against war over the weekend, an enormous percentage of those people were like 20-something and even under 20s. So maybe there's some hope. 10:56 at 560 WQAM. There's some hope for your carpets, even if they look like they're hopeless. They may look really bad, really schmutzy and desperate. In fact, you know something? That's one of the most impressive things is when your carpets do look and smell really bad, is to have Dry Concepts come in and chock the crap out of you. They get all the crap out of your carpeting. They suck out the deep down dirt by dry cleaning your carpets. They're the only people in the world who do this. It's a patented method. And when they get done, your carpets look just like brand new. They smell lemony fresh. They're dry in a couple of hours, and you're just standing there with an amazed look on your puss. Like, how can these carpets look like brand new? But I guarantee you they will, and I should know. I've been using Dry Concepts in my house for well over 20 years now. They'll leave your carpet soil-free, vibrant in color, and soft to the touch as well. And when it's time to clean your upholstery, too, your leather furniture, all your other good things, your stuff. These are the people who do a stupendous job for you. For example, if you have pet odors, if you have like a little dog, like mine, that leaves his mark everywhere around the house, or mildew odors caused by water damage, they'll make those disappear like magic. And they give you a written guaranteed price up front for any work that they do for you. Written guarantee before they start the job. So if you want a stupendous job at an unbeatable price, call Dry Concepts. Toll free, 1-800-248-5071. 1-800-248-5071, or just log on to their website, dryconcepts.com. Clean today, entertain tonight with our friends at Dry Concepts.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Howard David's a bitch.
560 WQAM presents Leave It to Beast, starring Mo Howard David as Mo, Paul Lynn as Gay Carlos, Stephen J. Goldstein as Wally, and Brian London as the Beast.
I'm home. Hey, where's the hat stand? I ain't got no place to hang my wig.
I moved it. I had another piercing accident. Watch out for the puddle.
Whoa! Why didn't the Beast clean this up?
He's upstairs with Wally.
Gee, Beast, you better clean that pee puddle before Mo gets home.
Gee, I don't know, Wally. It's kind of icky.
Aha! So, you didn't clean the pee puddle, huh? You fat little bastard. You tub of lard. You walking goiter.
Told you he'd get sore.
Don't be so hard on the boy.
Hey, come here, Beast. Time we had a little chat.
I don't know. Okay.
No, you don't say anything till I'm through, understand?
Okay.
Yep, I said not till I'm done talking.
But you...
Stop.
But I...
All right, that's it. Remember my friend here, Mr. Belt? Out.
Stop already. Will you stop? I said stop it.
You shut your mouth, you pipe-smoking poof.
Okay, but don't stand near the window.
What for?
'Cause you might fall down.
11:03 at 560 WQAM. Don't forget, noon to 1 hour. We got our Comedy Bits Wednesday hour today. Thank the Lord, you know.
Oh, yeah.
You working on our list for tomorrow?
Favorite black and white movie?
There you go. And then we'll do your favorite color movie, your favorite Kodachrome movie on Friday. And we'll play Paul Simon and Kodachrome in the background the whole 4 hours. Who would be the happiest if Neil croaked? Mo Howard David would dance on his grave, 213. George, 56. Dennis the Chronic, 40. Greg Reed, 18. Fox News Heather, that bitch, 13. Geldy, 8. Reverend James Kennedy, 8. Eric, 5, and John Gibson, Small Potatoes, Fox News still has only a pair. Look at that phone, baby. Is it smoking or what?
No.
Nothing. So we're left with corn dogs. I guess, quite frankly, I don't want to be stranded on a desert island with any of the people in this audience. Corn dogs is the best they can come up with. 567-0560. Pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Just hope you're feeling better, it says, as you say there's no place to walk around the golf course and plantation. Feel better and stay healthy, eat a lot of cabbage and Brussels sprouts, yeah. By the way, at 3:20 p.m. yesterday, Hank blurted out the F word, then he said it was the medication that did it. PR Ralph says, screw you, George, which I'm sure he says with love and kisses.
Of course.
He blurted out the F word. How come we're not getting any spy reports about what's going on with that stuff, huh?
That's a good question, but that
brings everybody in that place to mind. So tight-lipped about what's going on there that it's supposed to be a big secret because they know that if I found out, I'll put it out on the air.
Yeah.
Because the public deserves to know about these things.
Aren't you on medication?
Yes.
So if you blurted out the F word?
Well, F you. How do you like that? Huh? 567-0560. We got 1 hour till noon, okay? Let's see if this audience can do it. What do you say? They don't have to be good calls. We'd sure like to hear. First of all, Carlos keeps putting all these, I mean, that lady was nice, even though she was 100 years old. She was very nice because she at least reads the bedtime stories, which made Carlos feel it's worthwhile all the effort he has to go through to put them on there. Takes him at least, 20 minutes every day?
Don't get him started.
What do you mean by that?
Well, the procedure changed, but we don't want to talk about that. You just relax. We don't want to give you another stroke.
I'm not getting involved in the middle of
right,
it again,
exactly.
Okay? Because
so,
Eric up there is a psycho computer nerd.
Needless to say,
don't ever call me again, Eric. I'm telling you right now, be the biggest mistake you ever made in your life. Another thing he does when he calls here, like when he was doing it last time I was here. In fact, I think that set the stage for my stroke. I pick up the phone, hi, hi, like I'm expecting to hear from him. You know what I mean? Like I should be expecting his call. What am I going to do for him? What does he need me for? You think that a guy who jeopardized our entire livelihoods on his program not too many months ago, you think that he would really be towing the line real tight, but when you're that big and fat, it's hard to toe the line. Can you see him doing a tightrope at the circus? Huh? Oh, I bet you Carlos would pay a lot to see that.
It would be tight.
Here's Cutler Ridge. Hello.
Hey, Uncle Neil.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm moving to Ohio, and I just wanted to thank you for all the good times through all the bong hits, and I don't know, man. I don't know how you can stay in Miami so much. I can't wait to get the hell out of here.
That's why I'm here, man. I love Toronto.
All right, hey, thanks for everything. God bless you.
Good luck to you, pal.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay. Here's the guy that's leaving. Let's hear it for him, okay? Oh! That's the goal of most people with a brain in South Florida. Of course, people that, don't know any better. Oh, this is paradise. Paradise, yeah. When I left there, it was 87, 88 degrees every day in the early February. What the hell is that? The middle of February, 88, 90 degrees?
That's winter.
Yeah. A little bit too hot and sultry and too many of the allergies and the mold and the stuff like that. I would say yesterday, not that anybody seems to care, but yesterday I turned the corner as far as the stroke thing is concerned. I mean, by next Monday, I'm predicting that it'll be back to abnormal for me.
Okay, good.
Because it takes a couple of weeks. But yesterday I stopped with that sensation, just a little bit of it now, the headachy, brainy, you know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't know.
Well, you don't want to know. Don't find out.
No,
that's my best advice to you. Don't ever have a stroke.
All right.
And let me say one other thing too, since that guy mentioned about smoking and stroking.
Mm-hmm.
Those little cigarettes, remember those little cigars?
Right, I still haven't had one, but I'm saying.
Don't. What did I tell you about those? What was I complaining about?
Right.
That your whole head feels like it's full of smoke and like you're in a fog. Hey, Derek, don't bring any more of those little cigars to the track, you jackass. You mean well, but you're a killer, man.
And the cherry flavor, which makes it taste good, is extra poisonous.
Poison. Those things, and again, because they're small, you chain smoke them like cigarettes.
Right.
Oh, God. During the course of the night at the track, I'd sit there and smoke 5 or 8 or 10 of those goddamn things.
Good Lord.
By the time I left there, I was in a fog. I didn't know if I had the 2 over the 156 or the 9 over the 7A. I didn't know what that was going on. I didn't know Brian Sears from Sears and Roebuck. But that's just the way it goes, No more of those damn little stogies, Derek. How many people do we know, all of us, who are trying to kill us with kindness? The food pushers?
Mm-hmm.
The cigar pushers? Oh, right. You still smoking stogies? No. No, I'm not.
Well, you are now.
What do you mean by that?
When they give them to you. It doesn't matter what you say. You still smoking cigars? No. Well, here's some anyway.
No, I'm not. Oh, I see what you're saying. No, I'm not. No more of those. Did I smoke any of those in that pack? I didn't even open it. I gave you the package unopened in its pristine form with the plastic condom still on it. Here's a call from Kendall. Hello.
Good show, guys.
Yeah?
That's him.
That's not me.
Oh, that's Moron again. 567-0560, pound 560. Quit putting these chronics on, Carlos. You should be doing a little bit better by now, okay?
He's a burnout. He can't help it.
Oh. From smoking and faggots. Here's Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Nels, how you doing?
Yeah.
Neil.
Yeah.
Hey, I just want to say...
Let me ask you a question, seriously.
Yes, sir.
Do I know you personally?
No.
Then why would you call me that? Why would you call me by my real... I don't go by that name on air, but nobody calls me that except my relatives. I've always wondered, why do people do that when they call this show? What is the attraction of
they
doing
know
that?
your real name. Come on.
What do you prefer?
I prefer being called Neil or whatever the hell you want, or asshole or anything like that, but not Nels. Okay.
My apologies, Neil.
It's just stupid. Why do people do that?
I don't know. Maybe it makes you feel like I'm endearing myself to you, but obviously I'm not.
No.
I apologize.
No, you're alienating yourself from the human race, but go ahead.
I'm sorry. I just want to say that I wanted to thank George W. Bush for basically taking us from being the laughingstock of the world to being perceived as the bully, warmongering country of the world. And the Democrats better get their crap together and find somebody that doesn't want to make you puke, or we're really effed, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
Thanks, Neil.
Okay, Canada. Bush blocks deal allowing cheap drugs for the world's poor, by the way. So says the British newspaper The Guardian. George Bush's close links with the drugs industry were last night, this is today's paper, by the way, so it is last night, blamed for the failure of talks in Geneva aimed at securing access to cheap medicines for developing countries. Delegates at the World Trade Organization expressed frustration that the U.S. again rejected a deal that would have loosened global patent rules to enable poor countries to import cheap copies of desperately needed drugs. We believe that governments should maintain their distance and should not be directed by pressure groups, one EU trade official said. Negotiators said a solution to the deadlock lay in America's hands. The pharmaceuticals lobby is running the show in Washington, one development activist said. The pharmaceuticals lobby in Washington is running the show. And not only that, but since I am in Canada, I should mention to you, any of you people that bought your prescription drugs on the web, on the internet, you're familiar with that, aren't you? A lot of the companies up here that were selling prescription drugs at much reduced prices and not gouging the public like they do all over America. Well, guess what? The drug companies got together and they said, well, we're not going to supply you with any of our drugs anymore unless you quit doing that.
Right.
So we're not going to let the American consumer get any kind of a break. We're going to continue gouging and raping you, as opposed to like up here, where you can buy Allegra over the counter. So Claritin's over the counter down there. Claritin was over the counter here for years. The price of prescription drugs here is a fraction of what it is in America. Why is it that the public continues to want to be raped and pillaged by these rich assholes? I don't get it. And speaking of being raped and pillaged, where's that other story, which I'm sure is on the website? Florida Attorney General calls for U.S. It doesn't have to be on the website. It's in the Sun Sentinel. Florida Attorney General calls for U.S. inquiry into soaring gas prices. The state attorney general wants federal investigators to find out whether Florida gas stations are taking advantage of the threatened war in the Middle East to artificially drive up prices. Hey, that really calls for an investigation, you know what? Don't you think we ought to spend a fortune checking on that? It's a very big mystery. We have no idea what the answer is. Attorney General Charlie Crist, Charlie Crist, asked the FTC on Tuesday to investigate the recent dramatic spike in gas prices. Florida's average cost per gallon for regular gasoline yesterday was $1.66, up 19 cents from a month earlier, and 56 cents more than it cost a year ago, according to the American Automobile Association. It's the highest average price ever in Florida, and now 3 cents more than the national average at a time of the year when gas prices are usually lower, AAA said, because it's not like the height of the tourist season. In South Florida, gas prices are even higher. The average is between $1.70 and $1.72 in Broward, Dade, and Palm Beach counties, AAA said. I'm concerned that some companies or retailers are taking advantage of the impending crisis to increase their profits by unjustifiably raising prices, Quest said in a letter to the FTC Commissioner Timothy J. Muris. And it goes on and on and on. More tax cuts for the wealthy, for the big corporations. They continue raping the public, the pharmaceutical companies, all in bed with the big politicians of both parties. And the public keeps going like that. And you know what I think? I think Mo had a point.
What's that?
You know what, when he said
gang rape is funny.
Because that's what's happening in America. That's exactly how to describe it. Thanks, Mo. You old coot. 11:13 at 560 WQM. If you ever were presented with an opportunity when you should have, could have, or would have done something, but you failed to do it, why not do something now to really help yourself in that wallet? which I was just talking about. There's an incredible Fannie Mae mortgage rate out there at 3.45%, and this rate's available by calling Financial Group. They'll be happy to answer all your questions. Just call toll-free 1-800-940-5363. If you were to compare a 7% rate with 3.45%, you'd save yourself $3,500 in the first year alone for each $100,000 that you owe, and $100,000 costs you only $447 a month. This is an opportunity that won't last because it's a 40-year low. So if you're thinking about refinancing or buying a home, call Financial Group toll-free 1-800-940-5363. The process is simple, and the call is absolutely free. 1-800-940-LEND. Financial Group has been an equal housing lender to thousands of borrowers just like yourself with this Fannie Mae program. Credit restrictions do apply, and rates are subject to change if you wait too long. 5.34 APR. Call Financial Group for all the details toll-free. 1-800-940-LEND.
Live and local. We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
It's Dave in Miami town at 560 WQAM.
In this fast-paced, hurry-up world, you need all the energy you can get. That's why there's new Triple Calf coffee. Triple Calf has 3 times the caffeine of regular coffee to give you a real boost when you need it. So if you're a doctor, Triple Calf really helps me focus.
Scalpel! I said scalpel, damn it!
A teacher,
Johnny, run to the teacher's lounge and get me another mug of Triple Calf. Just bring the whole pot. And the rest of you, shut up!
or airline pilot.
Can't this damn plane go any faster?
Switch to new Triple Calf coffee. It's triple good. In fact, I'm going to have some more right now. Where's my fucking mug?
11:18 at 560 WQAM. So is that the same Joe and Mark show where they can't have their own website because Clarence is a hard ass and they're afraid that they're going to take away some of the thunder from the QAM website? Even though they have their own webcam and they do something that's totally different from the sports nerds the other 16 or 18 hours of the day?
Yeah, that's them.
Oh, I thought so. 5670560. Quit being a hard ass, Clarence. Of course, he's part of the sportsocracy in that radio station. As much as we like him on payday, which is only a week from yesterday, as much as we like him on the 10th and 25th of each month, the rest of the time a little on the marginal side, old Clarence, because of the fact he's part of the sports mafia at QAM. He's part of the problem, not part of the answer. You know what I'm saying?
No, what are you saying?
So when you call the radio station to tell him that you're feeling better and he answers the phone, sports, even though it's supposed to be the program director's office, you say to yourself, oh, crap.
Everything you need to know.
Exactly. That's right. In a fraction of a second, that one sports, that's all I needed to know. In case I hadn't already learned it. Here's a call from Hollywood. Hello.
Hey, Neil. How are you doing today?
Okay.
I'm sorry. I just tuned in. I believe you're in Canada now. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so you probably did not see what I saw last night on the news. I don't know if someone told you about the mold in the ducks.
No.
Okay, well, there was a
moldy
special
ducks?
There was a special on one of the news reports or something last night about mold in the ducts, the air ducts and the air conditioning vents and so forth. And I'd heard you talk about it before on your station that you had a problem in the actual studio or the station or whatever.
No, we sure do. We got a bad problem in there. In fact, when I come back, I'm getting one of those HEPA filters for the room.
I was actually curious because I and my family have had a lot of colds lately, and I was just curious if I've heard you talk about Dry Concepts. I know they do carpets. I don't know if they do that or not. Do you know?
No, they don't.
Okay, they don't. Okay, I just had one other thing. If you don't mind, I'll change the channel here. This lady,
I'll change the channel?
Whatever her name is, Elephant, the lady that's in charge of
Muriel
voting down
Elephant,
here.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Can you please explain to me something? How in the world does she keep her job? They found 100 ballots or a box of ballots or something.
Well, you know the answer to the question because they've got everybody intimidated now. The black pressure groups have got everybody intimidated. Even though there was the poll in the paper today that says that more than 2/3 of the people say she's incompetent, but the pressure groups have got her in there, and they're holding her hand now in each one of these small municipal elections to make sure she doesn't screw up again anytime soon. And they're keeping her in there, even though they know damn well that she's incompetent.
Well, to me, it makes no sense because if I was in my job and I was to screw up like that, obviously I'd be fired.
But I just got through explaining to you why it is. That's the way it is with minorities in the U.S. of A. If you happen to be the right minority and you happen to have the right people behind you, you got a job for life.
Well,
you have to practically go out and kill somebody before you lose your job.
Speaking of the minority thing, I graduated from college in 1991, and I came down here and I tried to get a job with Customs. And I went through the first interview, it went fine. The second interview went fine. I came back for the third interview, and when I walked into the waiting area for the third interview, there were 3 black women applying for the same job as I did.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see who's not going to get this job, huh?
There you go. Okay, good luck to you,
Neil,
pal. Sounds like you'll need it.
Buddy.
Okay. 5670560, pound 560. We got 1 million open lines here in this hour. We're trying to make another 39 minutes here. Do you think we can do it? I have my doubts.
We can do it.
Don't you have your doubts?
No.
I just keep shaking my head and Canada says it will not join solo U.S. attack on Iraq. Bushonomics, One Family's Lifelong Legacy to America's Investment Class by Kevin Phillips, Common Dreams News Center. And these are on our website today. Bush talking more about religion, which really scares the crap out of all of us. Gas chemicals shipped to North Korea. That's promising. See, we don't want to talk about these things because they're too depressing. That's why we just put them on a website. Those people want to be depressed. Then they can go to ready.gov, and they can get all ready. They can get all prepared. They can get out their duct tape and their Visqueen and this old queen, and they can just lock themselves in a house and hide under the bed forever, even though they haven't got any idea what's coming, when it's coming, if it's coming, etc., and so on. I mean, when you really stop and think about it, how easy the public is, hear the fact that everybody got scared the crap out of them with this orange alert, with this increase in the terror alert, and come to find out that most of it, not all of it, most of it was based on a bunch of lies by one of the Al-Qaeda prisoners who failed a lie detector test. Well, it goes to show you what delicate ground we're all treading on, how valuable our lives are these days. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Here's a call from beautiful Pompano. Hello.
Roger.
Miami, hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I think Bush once said the U.S. has enjoyed over a century of peace with Japan, along with that Is Our Children Learning bit that I just saw on your website.
Yeah.
I just want to throw that in there. More shots at Bush. I was wondering if you guys would ever be able to, or you specifically, not you guys, be able to quote the markets every hour or two, just rather than us having to go to 610 to get it?
No.
No?
Well, I mean, when you say quote the markets,
no, I mean the Dow is this.
The Dow is down 54.5 points and the Nasdaq's down 10.78. No, it is. I'm looking
no,
at it right now.
I know. That's good. I think that would be. I'm just saying it's a recommendation. Yeah.
Okay. I'm more than happy to do it.
John Edwards, what do you think about him?
Mediocre at best. Yahoo, a real Yahoo.
Yeah. He's a good-looking guy, though, huh?
He's what?
He's a good-looking guy.
He is.
You don't think he's handsome?
Compared to who? Compared to Lon Chaney Jr.? Yeah, he's
Bush,
lovely.
or compared to
I'm not interested in voting for good-looking guys. I'm interested in voting for somebody with a brain.
Oh, of course, but I'm saying the women are going to vote, for the better-looking guy generally.
They are? That must be why Eisenhower won. Okay, have a great day, sir. Although Adlai Stevenson was bald and Catholic and divorced. Oh, sorry, Dennis. Dow is down 56.09. The Nasdaq's down 10.75. The Russell 2K is down 3.13. Fair value is, let's do the Rick Riley thing. Look what it did for, that just took 2 seconds there. You're such a hard ass, man. The guy would like to hear it instead of keep going over to CNBC. In fact, if we can keep people off of CNBC, if we could have kept all of us off CNBC, a lot of us would be retired by now. That's right. The gambling channel. Bunch of fakers, and I still say they all belong in jail. And again, the public just, oh gee, woe is us, we have bad luck. It wasn't bad luck, it was fraud. We got defrauded, man. We've been had. And the public just sits back and they do just what the government knows that they're going to do. They don't do a goddamn thing and won't lift a finger. And a few million people around the world get out there and protest in the freezing cold over the weekend, and that's it. And the rest of the public sits back and, oh, what time is Joe Millionaire on? Good Smallville last night, by the way. Here's a fax that says, just wanted to remind you to listen to the Howard David Show tomorrow. He'll interview Jay Fiedler. Yes, tomorrow. Be sure to hear what the Dolphins quarterback has to say 6 months before the season starts. The over and under bet is how many times Jay will say, and he's got 70 as the number so far. 70. Got that?
Got it.
The over and under? Yeah, Jay Fiedler, I don't understand that any more than I understand this NFL Combine thing with the big, tonight on the air. I don't get it. I'm sorry. I mean, there's one thing to be a sports station, another thing to have like a sports illness, like a disease. QAM has made sports into a disease. Like a mental illness. I mean, we just got through with the Super Bowl, what was it, 3-4 weeks ago, whatever the hell it was, 5 weeks?
Yeah, and?
Like about 10 minutes ago. How the hell could anybody possibly be hocking football now, you know?
So you're forgetting something.
Yes?
Sports.
Oh. Sorry. 11:26 at 560 WQM, just 34 minutes away from our big Wednesday noon to 1 Comedy Bits Hour. Oh! I never looked forward to it as much as now. Even though today, of all days, it wouldn't bother me if we had to go till 1. Like, you see what I'm saying? Because I feel a lot better.
Good for a change.
But what would be the point based on what we're hearing so far?
Oh.
Nels. No, you've heard a lot of people do that. What is the point?
It proves that they know your real name, don't you see? I know something about you.
Everybody knows my real name, so what about it? I don't have any friends that call me that. You don't call me that.
No.
Nobody I know calls me that except relatives. I mean, what would be the point of that? We know what John Wayne's real name was, too. You think anybody called him Marion?
Not to his face.
Except maybe Rock Hudson. The big blizzard hit the Northeast this week, and all the President's Day sales were snowed out. Because of the storm, Dollar Mattress has redirected major shipments of Sealy, Serta, Simmons, and King Coil mattresses to Florida. And through this Sunday, you can get even more savings. Call 1-800-MATTRES right now, and you'll save like never before. Through Sunday only, Dollar Mattress is having a big President's Day blizzard sale, offering an additional 10% off their already low everyday rock bottom prices. Dollar Mattress doesn't usually have sales, but due to the blizzard, they're having one right now. Time is short. If you've been putting off buying that new mattress, don't wait another second. Call 1-800-MATTRESS now, and of course you'll have 30 days to try it out in your home with the best comfort exchange policy in the world. If you need an exchange, you can do so anytime within that 30-day comfort exchange period, no hassles at all. When you buy a mattress from Dollar Mattress, they'll come to your house or in your house and set up and take away the old bedding for free. You heard me right. Dollar Mattress sets up the new and removes the old bedding for free. So make the call now, 1-800-MATTRESS for Dollar Mattress, and enjoy a great night's sleep for months and years to come. It's the Dollar Mattress Big Blizzard Sale, but be sure and call before this Sunday to take advantage of these unbelievable, unbeatable prices. 1-800-MATTRES. That's 1-800-MATTRESS for Dollar Mattress, the answer for a perfect night's sleep.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
Reality TV goes down like never before. From the producers of Joe Millionaire, it's Joe Sugar Daddy. One guy, 20 hookers, all giving it up for cash until they find out he's broke.
That'll be $50, sweetie.
Actually, I don't have any money.
No money? You son of
It's all tonight on Joe Sugar Daddy, followed by a new episode of When Hookers Attack.
son of a bitch.
11:31 at 560 WQM, and of course the battle of the sexes is what that was all about. The fact that most heterosexual men, for whatever reason, maybe because they're so terrorized, traumatized by their wives, their girlfriends, their mothers, or all of the above, have this deep-seated hatred of women.
It's because they make us beg.
Is that it?
Well, that's one reason.
Well, that is one of many reasons. Of course, in your mother's case, we don't have time. We only have about a half an hour. But at any rate, so that's really what that's all about, is this misogynistic, just obnoxious, hate all women kind of thing. Oh, look at this, we're really, whatever. Speaking of women, why are we supposed to care about Lacey Peterson?
They had that meeting and decided we're supposed to care about her, so.
I see. Well, I don't want to be left out on the limb again, but I guess, why the hell not? I don't care about Lacey Peterson.
Well,
I don't wish her any harm. She was pregnant and all this other stuff. But I mean, there are so many missing women and so many missing children, thousands and thousands and thousands, and we never hear about any of the rest of them except maybe on John Walsh's show or something like that.
No.
By the way, is his show still on?
Yeah. I don't know when it's on, but I see promos now and again.
It was on I think between 4 and 5 or 5 and 6 in the afternoon.
Something like that, yeah.
I saw about 2 minutes of it once. I mean, America's Most Wanted is still on, thank the Lord, because that's a good show. But I don't know about that. But anyway, we hear a little bit about that. But Lacey Peterson, they've decided, is the next Chandra Levy.
Right.
And her husband, what the hell's his name, Scott?
I guess.
They were hyperventilating yesterday. We think with all the stuff that's going on in the world, we're on the verge of blowing the world up between Iraq and North Korea and Iran and all these other crazy people and George W. And they're going on about, breathlessly, they have to interrupt on MSNBC about how Scott Peterson was just served again another warrant for another search warrant. Not arrested, not charged with any crime, another search warrant. How do you like that?
Oh!
Is that pretty exciting?
I feel better now.
Man. I don't care about Lacey Peterson. I'm very sorry. In spite of the fact the news media tells me I'm supposed to be. How many times have I told you people that's the problem, or one of the many problems with the news media in America? They tell you what you're supposed to be concerned about. This is important. No, it's not. No, it's important. Anyway, here's a fax from George, a different George. Says, hey, Neil, I'm glad you came out okay from the stroke you had recently. I was wondering if there's anything you want to do before you croak. Is there anybody you'd like to do before you croak?
Yeah, that's not the question.
Oh, I see. Yes, there are, and I'm working on it feverishly. Okay, there are a lot of people I like to do before I croak. Says, I know you've traveled the world, have enjoyed many luxuries, such as your sports cars. What's missing in your life to make it complete? George asks.
Hey, that's a good list-building poll idea.
What do you mean by that?
What do you want to do before you croak?
Who do you want to do before you croak?
Well, take that option out, obviously.
I don't know their names necessarily.
Right.
P.S. Do you still have your Corvettes? Yes, I used to love talks about them and the NSX. I was wondering if you might consider having a poll on America's favorite sports car.
No.
That will definitely give you lots of material instead of the movie and music polls for a change. Fast cars and women are always on men's minds. What do you think, George?
No.
Thank you anyway, George. A lot of Georges around, you know what? 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T. Actually, one of the things I look forward to tremendously is retirement. Oh. In like 3 years, 10.5 months, but who's counting? A little less than 10.5 months.
Right.
That's what I look forward to. I'd like to get out of this radio station alive. That's all. And believe me, surviving Greg Reed alive is a major accomplishment. Because the long line of bodies who have perished, both physically and spiritually, under the Greg Reed regime, is just legendary. It's just unbelievable. Arbitron survey backs U.S. radio consolidation. See what a segue that is? A radio listener survey released yesterday bolstered a claim by major U.S. radio chains that industry consolidation has provided more local flavor and diversity in programming, drawing criticism that it was biased. The report by Arbitron, the radio survey company, found that listeners were very pleased with the programming choices available to them. About 79% said they got more or the same amount of programming choices from local radio than they did 5 years ago, it showed.
I'm going to be sick.
Skeptics said the report was biased as it came from a company whose business is perpetuated by the growth of big radio company profits. The federal government is in the process of evaluating changes and potentially allowing further consolidation, while the broadcast industry has an obvious agenda to defend these changes and push for more, said Michael Bracey, legislative director for the Future of Music Coalition, an artist and consumer-oriented think tank. It's clearly in their best interest to say that radio is great, he said, even though all of us know that it sucks the big one, okay? It bites, it blows. And South Florida is living proof of it. Radio in South Florida blows. It's a piece of crap, man. It's like a steamy floating turd, like the one that broad found in the back seat of her car. That's what it is. A big, smelly, steamy turd. Every single market in America, here's Dr. Laura, here's Lardass, here's Gordon Liddy, all the same goddamn shows. All the same prefabricated music formats. Crap. Because they have a handful, I mean, you could count them on the fingers of one hand, of companies to own the overwhelming majority of all the stations. And now they're saying, oh, well, that didn't go far enough. Let's let them own every station. So you can hear the same sputum and crap all over the place. So that not only for the people listening, but also the people in this industry, it's just like this Greg Reed thing. They know damn well. Where else are you going to go? You're going to go work for David Ross and Cheap Channel? No, that's why they jerk everybody around. Beside the fact that they're cheap and they're always paying Rob and Peter to pay Paul. And they're paying all these outrageous sports franchise fees. You know why they pay all the sports franchise fees? Sports. Yeah, that's it. So Greg Reed can be a sports maven. Oh, we can have the Heat, we can have this, and and what about it? Are they making a lot of money with those things?
No.
Other than the Dolphins, you show me anything on this radio station that's making them a lot of money, has anything to do with sports, and I'll show you a goddamn cow in a china shop. Forget about it.
Cow.
5670560. It's Corndog Wednesday at QAM. Tomorrow will be Cornhole Thursday. And then Glory Hole Friday come up this Friday. Here's Key Biscayne. Hello.
Bleeding heart liberal. Who cares?
Oh, yeah, very good. Here's Coral Springs. Hello. Nobody there either. Okay, down to 2. Let's see, we got 22 minutes to go. I don't think 2 calls is going to cut it for 20 minutes.
We can start it early, right?
5670560, pound 560. See, they're trying to prove to me that they have nothing to say. And
I'm convinced.
The same handful of little... See, that's why, for anybody that missed it about a year ago at this time, just a little bit beyond that.
Right.
Is when I started the Schmidt Cannon, the goddamn phone calls going all the bedtime stories. And I still say, I don't care what any of you say. See, it's much easier to do this for me, talk to a bunch of mouth breathers on the phone.
Without a doubt, just press the
button.
button.
But those shows were so much more productive, and I felt so much more like accomplishing something when I finished them. And I'm not supposed to accomplish anything, is what I've learned in that last year. What I'm supposed to accomplish is sit here and talk to a bunch of simpletons because the other people find it entertaining. The other people who don't read the newspapers and don't read the bedtime stories, they don't want to hear that crap. They're not interested in that crap. Look at even today, even the Corndog. What does that tell you?
That it's special?
We didn't play the right game today. That was the problem. We didn't give them the right toy to play with today.
If there were a way to know.
Here's Pompano. Hello.
Neil?
Yes, sir.
Hi. Hey, I was watching Sports Center, You know Mike Tyson's having a fight this weekend. You know he got a...
Guess what, pal? We don't care. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. Here's Boca. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
I've been trying for 4 days. I know that the poll is over on nonsensical, stupid movies, but the king of all time was Don Johnson's debut in A Boy and His Dog. Do you remember that one?
Already talked about that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Because I'm a limousine driver and I'm in and out of the car, but I listen to you every single day.
Well, thank God for you, man.
Okay, I didn't hear you mention that, but I thought it was the stupidest, but the king of all time stupid movies.
You did?
I did.
I thought it was a great movie.
Yeah, when they surprised him that he can't go to bed with all the women, he has to have a mechanical masturbation machine.
Yeah, he had that little tube going, yeah.
Yeah, that broke me up. I thought about that movie for years. Anyway, I think your show is great. It's great to have something different on the air. And I agree with you with Mo in the morning. I hear him go on at 6 o'clock, and at whatever time he goes on, and I shut him right off. I can't wait. I really can't wait for you to come on at 9 o'clock, but I wish you'd go back to 10.
That's kind of how I feel. I can't wait till 1 o'clock. Okay, have a great day.
You too. Thanks.
You. Hey, I'd like to go back to 10 to 2 also, but see, they created this problem. Now they don't know how to fix it. They don't know how to, follow what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
They don't know how to make it right. That's Greg Reed for you. Like, it's a Humpty Dumpty thing, all the king's horses and all the king's asses couldn't put it together again. And that's you, Greg. Nice job. Point the finger at everybody else. Try to throw everybody else under the bus for your own bad moves, Greg. Not fooling this kid. Not for a minute. And by the way, while you're at it, give Norm his check, okay? Quit playing games with people's money. One of the things I love about this company is that people, when they make you wait for a check, and they finally get the check, and they'll get the check, and they'll look and see that it was dated like 2 months before.
Yeah.
But it didn't have the little squiggle on the bottom. In other words, it's the robbing Peter to pay Paul thing again. So you hold back a bunch of checks long enough and keep checking that bank account to see if they can give this one his bonus check and pay this one for the Marlins game. See how that works at QAM?
Yeah, we're not liquid yet.
That's how it works. Liquid. If you call that liquid. Well, at least part of it
Sometimes.
Is. 11:42 at 560, especially when you work for Greg. In fact, a lot of times. I want to tell you one more time today that size makes a big difference in spite of what anybody else tells you. According to the Florida Department of Labor, computer professionals have big, impressive, effective paychecks. They work. And according to the state of Florida, computer careers are among the highest paid and the highest demand. Fast Train can help you achieve that new high-paying computer career in just 4 short months. It's a piece of cake. They've got locations all over town, so there's bound to be one fairly convenient to where you be living. They're in Kendall, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and Pembroke Pines. And they've got day, evening, and weekend schedules, so there is absolutely no excuse to stay in a crappy dead-end job working for peanuts for some butt plug who scratches his head all day long. So call Fast Train toll-free at 1-866-FAST-TRAIN. That's 1-866-FAST-TRAIN. They got full-time job placement and guaranteed financing, too. Call them or check them out on the web at fasttrain.com because now you can have a bigger one than you ever dreamed you could have, a big, impressive, useful paycheck. Toll free, it's 1-866-FAST-TRAIN.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
Rogers is my lover.
White boys! I said, give me 2 per. I need 2 per. So I forget the hiking in my Doc Martens. White boys! Hiking in my Doc Martens. It's the all black with the yellow stitch on the bottom. White boys! There's something bad on this party, that's why I got them. White boys! I leave them shiny and polished every day. White boys! Just got the new Pearl Jam, it's okay. White boys! Construction boots are dope, man. White boys! Take a hike, you should have some, man. I got the blacks, the browns, the blues, and the tans. Now all the ladies look at me like I'm the man. I said, give me 2 per. I need 2 per. So I can get the hiking in my Doc Martens. White boys, hiking in my Doc Martens. Straight out of Camptown. Doc Martens. What's up, noise? White straight out of Campton. West Side.
14 till noon at 560 WQM. Please tell me that I'm having like double vision or something for my stroke, or that I'm reading this thing wrong, what it says on the line there on line 12.
Yep. That's him.
Yep. Hello, Jeff.
Yep. I'm just making sure you're still feeling okay. But also, I have to thank City Furniture, because after you helped me, they were unbelievable. They came right back out, fixed my kids' beds.
were polite. Drivers didn't give me any hard time. They did an awesome job. I have great furniture. All got taken care of. City furniture rules. Thank you for your help, Neil. What's happening?
Have a great day, Jeff.
Love.
Why did you put him on? I mean, we love Jeff Cohen, good guy, longtime friend and sponsor, but the idea that he's just going to use this show as his personal play toy every day now that I'm up here, that's unacceptable, Carlos. You better straighten that little spick out, George.
What do you want me to say? He's stupid.
No, not a question of what you say. After the show is out over today,
you
will straighten him out. Get a 2x4. Get that machete over there, the one that's up against the wall, the OJ one.
I'll take his toiletry bag away from him.
There you go. Limit his preparation for leaving the studio to like 25 minutes and see how he reacts.
Oh, now you're being overboard.
Over the line. 5-6. I can't believe he just did that to me again. Why is he doing that? Is he losing it? Didn't I give him a nice, a wild extended plug yesterday, my good friend Jeff Cohen? Oh, that's right. You're not going to say anything because you want to keep getting fed for free. I forgot about that.
I like Jeff. Jeff's always been there for
I
me,
like him too, but I find it just appalling. I have no words to describe the shock and dismay. Maybe we ought to have like a regular feature on the show. It beats most of the other calls we get anyway. We'll just have a regular feature where Jeff calls in and just uses 5 minutes of the show every day for free.
Hey, why limit it to him? You got lots of sponsors.
Yeah, but the other people don't do that. They don't use the show to exploit for fun and profit. They don't do that, do they?
No, I guess they don't.
Oh. Here's Hialeah. This should be a good call. Hello.
What's up, Neil?
Yes, sir.
I will save you from the Corndog.
Yeah.
The one that I would like on a desert island, all that I want, some red snapper, man.
Yeah, I'll bet. I'll bet you do. Now, see, I thought that was an interesting topic, but you know what the problem is?
They don't.
No, that is the problem. But you know what I'm saying? In other words, they evidently, maybe that's only for us real fat people, and since I'm the only fat one connected with the show, I guess I'm way out of line again.
No, that's something that comes up a lot. People are always asking that. What would you, if you could pick one food?
What would be one food if you're stranded on a desert island and you could have as much of it as you wanted, but it would be the only thing you could have that would keep you happy?
We could do it with all of it.
I said Rogers almond brittle because it's the most delicious thing I've had in years. It's candy, but it's great. And so you would get sick and die from it, but you're going to get sick and die anyway on a desert island. That's just for fun. Oh, see, you said just for fun. They don't want to do that. They don't want to do that. I thought it was an excellent topic, but Corndog is the one answer we got in 3 hours. Very good.
And snapper.
Well, that's another story. At least he didn't say
rectum
ash like you said. 459 votes on the poll. What would be the happiest if Neil croaked? Mo Howard David would dance on Neil's grave. 262 people. 57% of you think that Mo would dance on my grave. Have you ever seen an old man with varicose veins try to dance?
No, but I'd like to.
I'd like to see him fall down on it and then find out I'm not really in there. George is second, but a distant second, 75 votes, because he thinks he'd get the show if I croaked. Dennis the Chronic, professional Catholic homophobe, has got 47 votes. Boy, he sure pulled away from his ass. Greg Reed, a real evildoer, 21. Fox News Heather, 20. Reverend Kennedy, 17, of the Coral Ridge Presbyterian Jew and fag-hating church. Geldy, 8, out of spite. Eric, no more long pull, 6. And John Gibson of Fox News still has only a small pair. He really is small potatoes, you know what?
John Gibson.
Fort Lauderdale, hello.
Good afternoon, Neil.
Good afternoon to you. Almost.
I'm also a gay hater, but I would.
Yeah, it's Reverend. There is Reverend Jones. See, that was the real Reverend Jones.
I stand corrected.
Yes, that was him. See, I know him. 567-0560. We got 3 or 4 minutes to kill here, and they just can't do it, can they? They can't get it up. We got to put Jeff Cohen on here again to snore the show again today, which I'm just in shock that he would do that again.
Don't go having a stroke now.
I'm just not happy. I'm really not happy that he did that. Because I could have left him just hanging there. That would have been rude, He's calling to see if I'm still okay. I'll tell you what, call me again about 1:30, Jeff. See if I'm still, and then about 3, and then about 4:15 would be good. Don't call between 3 and 4 because Passions is on at that time. Good golly, Miss Molly. Here's Miami. Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
I've got a question. I'm a little confused about the North Korea problem. I know that last thing I read was about that. I guess we cut off some type of fuel shipment, which I guess gave them a reason to try to start up this nuclear program. I'm just trying to figure out why we stopped that shipment in the first place.
We stopped the shipment of, it was, nerve gas. Wasn't it? Or was it the Scuds? No, that was the Scuds. It was the Scuds that we stopped, but the nerve gas, I have the story right here, so if you listen, I'll read it. Cargo of several tons of chemical that can be used as a precursor to nerve gas was delivered to North Korea recently aboard the same ship that was intercepted last December hauling Scud missiles to Yemen, the Washington Times said yesterday. Intelligence sources said the shipment of sodium cyanide arrived in North Korean port of Nampo last week aboard the freighter Sosan, which is the same ship that was stopped in the Indian Ocean by U.S. and Spanish warships as it sailed for Yemen with 15 missiles and warheads. The Sosan was allowed to continue its voyage with its cargo intact after U.S. officials determined that the Yemeni government had legally purchased the Scuds. After unloading in Yemen, the Sosan picked up the sodium cyanide in Germany and was tracked by U.S. intelligence services as it sailed back to North Korea, the Times said. Isn't that great? It was tracked back. We didn't do anything about it. We just, watched it. We just watched it go back at you. There you go. Sodium cyanide. Maybe they're just using it for something else, like, treating meat, something like that. Yeah. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. Here's Davey. Hello. Davey.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, hi, Neil. How you doing?
Okay.
Neil, I have the misfortune of having to drive I-95 about once or twice a month from here up to Washington, D.C. And
Really?
If you're riding along, listening on the radio, trying to find a station, it's impossible. All the stations sound the same. Everything's
Right.
Clear Channel owns everything,
Right.
or some other group owns it. And if you turn it on and the Orlando station sounds the same as the Jacksonville station, sounds the same as the
That's
Charlotte
right.
station.
Right.
And it's sad. It's really sad. There is no diversity. There is no variety. It's all the same. If I hear Stairway to Heaven again, I'll blow my brains out.
Yeah.
It's all the same stuff. So I don't know who these people are saying about there's more selection and stuff.
And
I don't think
to,
so.
I have to laugh when they talk about the diversity it's created. Let's take South Florida to Miami Market as an example.
That's a bunch
With
of
all,
weeds.
all the stuff that's been going on in the news the last few months and since 9/11, if you really want to find out after 9 o'clock in the morning, if you want to find out any news about what's happening in the world, you can forget about it because thanks to Clear Channel, there is no more news station. When they bought all those stations from Paxson, WINZ was all news and WIOD was a talk station.
Yep.
Then they swapped that out. Then they tried to talk on INZ, and that flop went over like a pregnant pole vaulter. Then they made it into Fox Sports because it was cheap, and they opened up a pot, and all they did is put that syndicated crap on there. And they turned IOD into supposedly the news station, but guess what? The news is on in the morning only, and the rest of the day we have a bunch of syndicated crap.
That's correct. That's correct.
So if you're driving around like in the middle, except at the top of an hour, but in the middle of an hour and you really want to find an all-news station in South Florida, guess what? Don't have one.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Thanks, Neil. You
Have
take
a
care. I
great
love
day.
your show.
Thanks.
All right, man. Bye.
See ya. See, there's a good guy. He's happy. He likes the show. He's honest about radio. It sucks. And seriously, if you want to find out what's going on, I had the same experience when I was there. On days when there were like pressing and more important things than who won a goddamn ball game or, about the Tyson fight or some crap. Who won some goddamn golf tournament. And you flip around the dial and there's nothing. There is no such thing. It doesn't exist in South Florida. So they've taken two formerly sensational radio stations, WINZ, 50,000 watts, and WIOD, which some of us know a little bit about, and they've turned them into crap. Crap. I say let's have 20 all-sports stations in the market. Then Greg can have hemorrhoids all year round. Because the rumor I'm hearing is he's crapping in his pants about 850. He's going 50,000 watts. Who gives a crap if they go 2 million watts? They're in Palm Beach County. They have nothing to do with us. Always crapping his pantaloonies. Remember the fan first went on the air and he's filing lawsuits and he's having a nervous breakdown. See, the people that have a nervous breakdown and file lawsuits are the people who have no idea what they're doing. That's what the problem is. When you're insecure and you haven't got a clue. And the fact of the matter is that after 5 years, they still don't understand what this show is all about. That's the best part of the deal. They haven't got a clue what this is all about or how to make it work. But anyway, have a nice day, Greg. Sports. And pay Norm. Sports. 4 minutes till noon at 5:60. Well, at least we closed out the phone segment today with a guy that had something to say. How do you like that? Huh? Wasn't that good?
Wait long enough.
No, seriously, because psychologically that makes me almost want to come back again tomorrow. And then I think about the fact that next Tuesday is the 25th, and there will be paychecks, plural there, for me on the 25th. Right, Clarence? And so it'll be worth coming back. And if not, I'll just call Clarence up, and he'll say, sports. Speaking of sports, Pompano Park offers great harness racing for everybody, and this week is the biggest event of the season coming up, the $250,000 Isla Capri Pace Night this Saturday, February 22nd. In addition to more than $250,000 in stakes races Saturday, it's Family Fun Night with the first 4,000 fans to receive a free Isle of Capri Pace baseball cap starting at 6 p.m. There's also a free vacation prize drawing, live calypso music, free miniature horse rides, clowns, face painting, gifts for the kids, great food, and lots more. If you're 18 and older and want to experience what it's like to work as part of a pit crew on a real Indy car, then come on out to Pompano Park this Wednesday and Friday night, like tonight, and try the Indy Racing League Pit Stop Challenge. Top scorer each night wins 2 tickets to the March 2nd Toyota Indy 300 at Homestead Miami Speedway, and it's free to enter. Pompano Park, lots of stuff going on. Live racing 5 nights a week, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. First post time 7:15 with free general parking, free admission every afternoon and evening. Tonight's Wednesday, so it's dollar night with dollar hot dogs and sodas and beers and pretzels, etc. and so on. Pompano Park, where Brian Sears is God, on Powerline Road, a block south of Atlantic Boulevard. Look for Fat Rich. He'll mark your program for you for a small fee.
Live and local. This is 560. The radio's all yours now. QAM.
This is Steve Goldstein, but you can call me Geldy. Whenever I'm in town, I listen to... Wait a minute, I am in town. It's the 12 to 1 hour.
Boy, the way that Napster played.
Not a single cent we paid.
Gee, them free tunes sure was great. Those were the days.
MP3s downloaded.
Every tune from R.E.M. Mister, we just knew one day that website would be condemned. Didn't need CDs or tapes.
Napster fans commiserate.
Gee, that sucks, we have to pay. Those were the days.
And now, a public service announcement from the Naval Forces and retired Rear Admiral Dan C. Worthy.
Due to the recent shortage in recruits, we here at the Navy are being forced to come out and tell you, the American people, that we need seamen. We need a lot of good, strong seamen. Frankly, we're so low that we're looking for all kinds of seamen. We get young seamen, old seamen. Heck, at this point, we'll take any seaman that shoots our way. Without seamen, we're not the men we should be. So please help us. We need your seamen, America. Give us all you can. As we say in the Navy, all hands on deck. Thank you.
The proceeding was a message from the Naval Forces, trying to lick their seamen problem once and for all.
The following announcement is paid for by Adidas, Nike, the Cleveland Cavaliers, and Hanes Underwear.
Yo, what's up? This is LeBron James. Give me a little love. Yeah. Come on, boy. Yeah. I'm a basketball phenom out of Akron, Ohio. Yeah, man. Home of Firestone tires for your car, truck, or SUV. Can I get a little bit of love out of Firestone tires, my brother? Now, the Ohio State Athletic Association has suspended me for the rest of the season.
Oh, man!
I know, right? And declared me unintelligible or something because I accepted 2 old school sports jerseys.
Oh, come on!
You know what? I don't understand what the hell I done wrong. Unlike most people, I got lots of birthdays during the calendar year.
Happy birthday, baby! Happy birthday!
That's right. You know what? People like to give me things like this here Pepsi Twist. A twist on a great thing. Right. Anyway, drink Pepsi. Right. I'm just a normal 18-year-old high school student who just happens to drive a $50,000 Hummer. Wears a diamond earring the size of a small child's head.
That's right, look at that shit.
K. Jewelers, cause every kiss begins with K.
Bling, bling, baby.
Right? I don't get the whole big thing, chicken wing. I may still go to college. I got some of the offers right here. Check this one. An unnamed school that's nestled in the Bluegrass area offers a penthouse apartment, a penthouse pet, and a lifetime subscription to Penthouse Magazine. I see they're offering like a theme package deal. Here's another institution in the heart of the Chapel Hill area, which will go unnamed. Says they'd be honored to have me. They have boxed up and sent to me a naked Russian woman direct from Russia, which I keep for my own, boy, right? I haven't unpacked it yet, but she's knocking and screaming and whatnot. I have my boy Tyrell here puts it in the garage with my box of Cougarans from an unnamed university closely associated with a Wolverine.
Man, it's a heavy box, man!
Man, that garage is spilling over. Anyway, I got to get back to class now with my boys. No, we gotta go. I already missed like 3 months so far. Oh, snap! I just spilled my Pepsi Twist on my new Hugo Boss suit. Look at this, I got a little McDonald's special sauce on there. Oh, by the way, come on and party with a Big Mac, where for a limited time you visit one participating McDonald's and buy a Big Mac, you get another one for 35 cents. 35 cents! It's your birthday! It's your Big Mac! It's your birthday! Yeah, peace out.
The proceeding has been paid for by Foot Locker, an unnamed university in the Nutmeg State, and Def Comedy Jam.
And now, Dr. Jeremy Burnham with a dramatic reading of No Scrubs by TLC. Dr. Burnham?
A scrub is a guy that thinks he's fly, also known as a busta. Always talking about what he wants, just sits on his broke ass. So no, I don't want your number. No, I don't want to give you mine. And no, I don't want to meet you nowhere. No, I don't want none of your time. And no, I don't want no scrub. A scrub is a guy that can't get no love from me, hanging out the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holla at me. No scrub. No scrub. No. No scrub. No. No scrub. No.
All right.
Down to the strip joint, fat men go. You stick $1 in the garter of a tattooed hoe. He say, honey, got money for you. But when you're taking me back into the private room for a hand job, that man gets hand jobs. She insists. I'm gonna hose you down like a tuna fish. Picking up a big roll of this fat. And only by the smell can you tell where it's at. For a hand job. That man gets hand jobs.
Squirt.
The girls used to handle with big fat guys. She know how to make the bald men cry. Fat man shakes with a shout and a howl. Wouldn't leave the skid mark on the towel. Hand job. That man gets hand jobs.
10 past noon at 5:60. Speaking of that poll the guy wanted us to take on who's going to be the first QAM personality croak.
Yes.
How's Jeff High doing? He left him off there. He left off Josh Friedman, Engineer Julio.
All these contenders.
So we have a lot of contenders for that. I don't think we want to do that right away tomorrow. We don't want to do 2 death polls.
No, Duff, you don't belong on that poll. Although.
Is he worried about that? We could put Muff on there. You never know.
Yeah, there are other factors.
Yeah. Like the O'Reilly factor? How about the 850 factor? I understand that might kill us. It's 11 past noon. That's what they're saying back there. They're like peeing in their pants. That's the reports I'm getting from all over the radio station. Is Greg is like using the pens now. And weren't we just talking about June Allison yesterday? Very fortuitous for him, I guess. Bring him a case of Depends. Anyway, were you ever presented with an opportunity when you shoulda, coulda, woulda, or done something but didn't do it? There's an incredible Fannie Mae mortgage rate out there at 3.45%. And this rate's available by calling Financial Group toll-free, 1-800-940-5363. If you were to compare a 7% rate with 3.45%, you'd save $3,500 in the first-year loan for each $100,000 that you owe. In other words, $100,000 costs you only $447 a month. It's an opportunity that won't last long because it's a 40-year low. So if you're thinking about refinancing or purchasing a home, call Financial Group toll-free. They'll be happy to answer all your questions with no obligation. Call 1-800-940-5363. The process is simple and the call is positively absolutely free. 1-800-940-LEND. Financial Group is an equal housing lender and they've helped thousands of borrowers with this Fannie Mae program and they'd like to do the same for you. Credit restrictions do apply and rates are subject to change if you wait too long. 5.34 APR. Call Financial Group today at 1-800-940-LEND. And you know what I forgot?
What?
The Dow is down 59 points and the Nasdaq's down about 11.
We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Dre Hudson, Miami Fusion's head coach, and I love the Queen of South Florida, Neil Rogers. Should be in Buckingham Palace, but we'll keep him here.
Tired of the same old seafood restaurants? Then skip the Red Lobster and come on in to Erica's Red Snapper. Erica's Red Snapper is very popular. That's why it's the only Red Snapper open 24 hours a day. Everyone loves to eat Erica's Red Snapper. And if you have a large party to entertain, no problem. Erica's Red Snapper will always find a way to squeeze everybody in, even if she has to open the back door. Erica always keeps her Red Snapper fresh, so when you take a whiff of her Red Snapper, you'll never get that icky, fishy smell. Things around Erica's Red Snapper can get a little hairy, and that's why Erica's Red Snapper is happy to provide protection to whoever asks for it. So don't wait. Come on in to Erica's Red Snapper today.
Red Snapper, for the snapper lover in you.
The Indian hit the rain, dance the black man in the tap. Now it's time for you to hear the redneck rap.
Sitting on the front porch, hair down my back, 14 shillings up on the jack. I'll drink that beer, never get full, all day long at the tractor pull. Clan's all home, everything's a buzzing. Saturday come, gonna marry my cousin.
He wants to have the wedding at the Bowling Hall of Fame.
Got drunk last night, almost died. A tornado hit my double wide. My name's on my belt and a John Deere hat. 16 dogs and 13 cats. Going to the bank to get some bucks. I want bigger wheels on my truck.
When he's in his 4x and in a sporting mice, he likes to throw big and out of the highway sign.
I tailgate in my big Ford to read them signs, baby aboard. I hate them signs that make me nervous. No shoes, no shirt, no service. I love my idols, I ain't joking. Richard Petty and Big Hulk Hogan. The sticker on my bumper is a little bent. Hank Williams Jr. for president.
When a guy's got a wheel, you know the P will almost never hit the pot. Even though Benny meant to, he will never hit the center of the pot. Yeah, when a guy is pissing, makes the water, he is missing at the pot. Guys don't hit 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 the pot. When a guy is standing, then you know it's never landing in the pot. Well, you better beware us, cause you know that we are careless at the pot. Even though we can mark it, we can never hit the target at the pot. Yeah, the chances are slim, it will be dry around the rim there at the pot. Guys don't hit 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 the pot. When a guy is standing, then the P's never landing in the pot. Guys don't hit the pot. Guys don't hit the pot. Guys don't hit. Guys don't hit. Guys never hit the pot.
It's alright, he don't love us. Not surprised that he don't. We gave him warning, Saddam ain't disarming, and I get the feeling he won't. You see, there ain't no use in pretending. What he's hiding away We're going in just to teach him a lesson. That is, that crime doesn't pay. Baby, showdown, coming into Baghdad. Showdown, could happen tonight. Showdown, gonna get what's coming to him. Showdown, it's alright. It's alright. It's alright.
Reggie White pours Campbell's soup.
There ain't nothing like a hot bowl of soup. Yep. You know, it take me back to a time when my mammy done made the whole neighborhood smell like canned tomatoes. Well, it ain't like that no more with all the new flavors from Campbell's soup, like jigaboo stew with chunky rat balls and watermelon pit. And my favorite, cream o' moulet, hog lips with seagull poop to make it juicy. Oh, and you won't be missing lunch at Sambo's no more, 'cause Campbell's soup be good. 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 That's what Campbell's soup be. Good.
Here's Oakland Park. Hello.
Yes, is this Mr. Rogers?
Speaking.
Mr. Rogers. Reverend Jones here, and
Another phony reverend? Yeah.
You're having a controversial show today on
A what?
callers from the past?
What is it?
You're having a controversial show on callers from the past?
No, we're not talking about callers from the past.
You're gay. Bits that you're doing?
Sure, what are you talking about?
You're playing old bits?
No, I'm not.
Well, we had a call a while back, and I guess you did a tape, and you made some type of a cart on it. I guess that's what they're telling me, and we discussed not playing it on the air.
What are you talking about?
The part, the gay bit, sir. That was one of my You're disciples. gay. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
You'd appreciate to not play that. You're gay. I You're thought gay. you received You're the gay. letter. You're Did gay. you receive You're the letter, gay. sir? You're gay. You're gay. Did you receive the letter, sir? You're gay. You're gay. Sir, you're gay. Did you receive the letter, sir? You're gay. There'll be a lawsuit. You're gay. Sir, you're gay. No, you're gay, sir. You're gay.
What was he trying to say?
You're gay.
Oh.
Hey, man, who the hell are you? I'm Kurt Cobain. I was in the group Nirvana, man.
I don't like them comparing you to me. Shit, you had 2 lousy albums. I had many hit records. I was the mop top on top of the world until I married a gook and got shot in the head.
Hi, I'm Mama Cass. Avoid the ham sandwich. I'm Karen Carpenter. Can I have it?
I'm the Lizard King. I can do anything.
Aw, shut the f*** up. How you doing, Kurt? I'm Buddy Holly. Have you seen my glasses?
Hey, look at all these other place cards at my table. Keith Richards, Sinatra, and all of the Black Crows.
Yeah, they'll be here in time for dinner, you long-haired honky.
Excuse me, what's that? Oh, man, that's just the arm of that drummer feller from Def Leotard or something like that.
12:25 at 560 WQAM. Didn't want to step on that last piece.
No.
We got 507 votes on the poll, 514, like I said. Who would be the happiest if Neil croaked? Mo Howard Davidson would dance on Neil's grave, 290. George thinks he'd get the show, 87. Dennis the chronic professional Catholic homophobe asshole, 53. Greg Reed, a real evildoer, 23. Reverend Dr. James Kennedy, 22, who got a late start, but he's catching up. Fox News Heather, 21. Geldy, just out of spite, 9. Eric, no more of those long pools to deal with, 6. And John Gibson of Fox News has only 3. Guess what's coming up on March 1st, by the way, which isn't that far away?
What?
Shame on you. Shame on you.
On March 1st?
March 1st. It's a week from tomorrow, isn't it?
Right.
Am I right? Or is it a week from Friday?
Saturday.
A week from Saturday is March 1? Oh, that's right. It's only the 19th. Saturday, so that means I guess on Friday we'll have to do my 27th anniversary show.
Oh, that's right. It's on my calendar, but at the wrong page.
Yeah, and guess who can call in that day?
Rimmer.
Jeff Cohen. Speaking of food, by the way, the number 1 Chinese buffet in the world, the Emerald Coast. You'll find 3 locations for you, man, if you have a healthy appetite. They don't have corn dogs, though. That's the bad news. But the good news is they got just about everything else. They're in Sunrise, North Miami Beach, and the brand new one in Pembroke Pines. Start with one of, or a bunch of, 6 different great soups. They've got dozens and dozens of delicious mouth-watering entrees, everything fresh and crunchy, nothing soggy and mushy that sits there for hours and hours at the Emerald Coast. Believe me, you'll taste and smell and feel the difference. Oriental surf and turf on the weekends, New York strip steak made to your order at the Gourmet Center, a sizzling Asian grill with teriyaki steak, shrimp, chicken, seafood, hand-carved prime rib. The Emerald Coast promotes healthy living, too. You won't walk out of there with a headache, I guarantee you, just a full stomach, because they don't use any MSG or cornstarch, and they cook only with cholesterol-free oils. Their buffet features a full salad bar, a sushi bar, fresh shrimp cocktail, and Emerald Coast's famous Lobster Fest is back right now, featuring lobster thermidors and lobster bisque. Bring a healthy appetite because you're going to have to try to salvage some room for dessert. They've got a gigantic dessert bar featuring pies and cakes, pastries, ice cream and all your favorite toppings, and fresh fruit, the perfect ending to a gigantic feast at the Emerald Coast. You'll find them in Sunrise, the original South Florida location, Pine Island at 44th Street. They're on Collins Avenue just north of 163rd North Miami Beach, and at the intersection of Flamingo and Pembroke Roads in Pembroke Pines. They accept reservations, takeout and delivery available as well. Call 954-572-3822. 954-572-3822 for the unbeatable Emerald Coast Chinese Buffet.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560 QAM.